Chapter 444. The end of the rank 9 battle did not mean that things were over. Of the 2 beast kings that escaped, the giant crocodile took the cunning beast and ran toward 100 Beasts Forest, while the lion beast went straight to the 10,000 Ants Desert in the west. It was time for the Forbidden Lands to wake up. The Guardian clans might have completely betrayed them. The catacombs' powerhouses were no longer worthy of trust and cooperation. These rank 9 powerhouses rushed with all their might. Not long after, 100 Beasts Forest's pressure shook the sky. Waves of rank 9 pressure rose, including a large number of rank 7 and 8 monster plants. In the city closest to 100 Beasts Forest, 2 waves of rank 9 pressure were like candles in the wind, being suppressed and shrinking. In the west, waves of energy tides also erupted in the 10,000 Ants Desert. Ear-piercing, sharp roars shook the entire catacombs. In the central area, at Mount Imperial Sea, beast roars also sounded and began to respond. At this moment, even in the quiet Forbidden Sea, in the depths of the ocean, there seemed to be demons roaring in response. In Monsterwood City, a few restricted zone powerhouses had just sat down and talked for a while when they sensed these movements. The rank 9 middle-aged leader's expression was frighteningly ugly. Very quickly, he sent one of them back to the restricted zone to report the news. This matter was no longer something he could handle. In the 7 southern territories, the few restricted zones, including Mount Imperial Sea and the Forbidden Sea, there were close to 30 king-level demons. If the anger of these demons could not be quelled, the 7 southern territories might usher in a huge riot. On this day, Magic City's catacombs was in turmoil. The rank 9 pressure had been shaking the heavens and the earth, and it was not withdrawn. Every city was shocked, vigilant, and worried. Even Monster Sunflower City, which was at war with Hope City, hurriedly withdrew the army outside the city. At this point of time where powerhouses roamed freely, once these powerhouses were dissatisfied, the slightest carelessness could easily wipe out countless people. On Hope City's side, the martial artists outside the city had long withdrawn. At this moment, even rank 7 powerhouses operating outside were extremely dangerous. The slightest carelessness could become the fuse of a great war. Hope City, North Gate. This night, Hope City did not sleep. At this moment, 17 or 18 high-ranked powerhouses gathered on the city wall of Hope City's North Gate. 3 rank 9s, 5 or 6 rank 8s, and close to 10 rank 7s. Magic City's catacombs were in turmoil. Some of the surrounding powerhouses began to come to help. On the city walls, Nan Yunyue had just arrived. Although she was a woman, her expression was cold and firm. She looked towards the direction of Skygate City and said in a hoarse voice, "Prepare to evacuate." Beside him, Zhang Weiyu frowned slightly. Then he nodded and said, "The military and middle and low-ranked martial artists are to be prepared to leave at any time." At this point, a great battle could break out at any time. Even if the other party was not targeting Hope City, Skygate City was too close. If there were too many rank 9s and a war broke out, Hope City would not be able to avoid it. High-ranked powerhouses were still fine, but if the middle and low ranks were affected, there would definitely be countless casualties. Su Mafu, who was following behind, had a stern expression. He nodded and turned around to instruct the deputy general. At this moment, it was no longer their battlefield. Once a rank 9 battle royale broke out, even he, Su Mafu, was not qualified to participate. He obediently led his men away. A few rank 9s were discussing in low voices. Beside them, Wu Quishan looked at Huang Jing with a profound gaze. "Where's my divine weapon? Where were Fang Ping and Qin Fengqin? A rank 9 war had broken out. Where did these 2 fellows go? Also, The connection between him and the divine weapon was gone. Where's the divine weapon? Huang Jing's expression did not change, or rather, his expression was stiff. In any case, he did not look at Wu Quishan as MCMAU's vice-chancellor. Even if Wu Quishan was in closed-door cultivation, he still rushed over when such a huge incident happened in the Magic City catacombs. It was not just him. Lu Polu, who had recovered slightly from his injuries, also rushed over. After Wu Quishan arrived, Huang Jing did not say a word. Wu Quishan was about to explode. The moment he arrived, he felt that something was wrong. He couldn't sense his divine weapon, which meant that it wasn't on Huang Jing. This kind of divine weapon was nurtured by its master for many years, and their minds were connected. Naturally, Wu Quishan would not be able to sense it on the ground, but now that he was beside Huang Jing, there was no reason he could not sense it. At this moment, a few rank 9s were still around. Wu Quishan did not ask. However, the killing intent in his eyes was exceptionally obvious. What had Huang Jing done with Fang Ping and the others? With his divine weapon and the right timing, killing a rank 7 monster should not be a problem. Why did the catacombs erupt into chaos on the first day these fellows came in? Where did the divine weapon go? At this moment, Wu Quishan's heart was full of resentment. Was it lost, or was it taken away by those 2 brats? If they took it, what did they do with it? Did the chaos this time have anything to do with these fellows? Seeing that Huang Jing was playing dead, Wu Quishan really wanted to kill this old thing now, then force him to reveal the whereabouts of his divine weapon. Just as Wu Quishan was feeling depressed, Nan Yunyue suddenly opened her mouth, staring ahead, frowning slightly. Are there any martial artists who haven't evacuated from Skygate City? Nan Yunyue had just finished speaking when Zhang Weiyu frowned slightly. How dare they? At this time, there was actually someone who did not return from the rank 9 powerhouse battle that broke out in Skygate City. These 2 were extremely powerful, and their senses were also very far away. After they talked for a while, Elder Fan, who was beside them, finally sensed it. Suddenly, he could not help but laugh. It's him, that's normal. The 2 top rank 9 powerhouses could not help but look at him. Why did you know him? Rank 9 powerhouses rarely cared about those middle and low-ranked martial artists. MCMAU's Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing. Zhang Weiyu did not know too much. He was the guardian of the West, so he did not pay much attention to these things. On the other hand, the heroic Nan Yunyue raised her eyebrows and said, Qin Nan's son? It's him. I've heard of him. He's the guy who often causes chaos among the monsters. Nan Yunyue said casually, as the highest authority in the Department of Investigation Services, she had some understanding of these genius martial artists' information. As for the monsters' chaos, she did not pay much attention to it. Although it was also a monster riot this time, they were all high ranks, including some rank 9s. This was not something that Qin Fengqing could cause. As they chatted, Wu Quishan let out a sigh of relief. Qin Fengqing was back. Since he was back, it meant that they were not the ones who caused the trouble, right? After a while, Wu Quishan also sensed the aura fluctuations from afar. It was indeed Qin Fengqing who had returned. Where was Fang Ping? Wu Quishan did not think too much and continued to wait. After a while, on the city wall, the others also saw Qin Fengqing's figure. In the distance, Qin Fengqing was carrying a bag that was even bigger than his head, running toward them. Qin Fengqing is back. This kid has guts. He's only back now. He's carrying such a big bag again. Where did this kid go this time? Don't tell me he went to raid houses again. It can't be, right? Everyone was discussing fervently. On the city wall, Chun Yunxi, who was at the corner, looked around. She did not see Fang Ping and suddenly felt a little uneasy. She jumped off the city wall, directly. A few Grandmaster powerhouses beside her turned their heads and glanced at her. They frowned slightly, but no one said anything. Chun Yunshi, who had jumped off the city wall, quickly ran toward Qin Fengqing. After a while, Chun Yunshi blocked Qin Fengqing's way and asked hurriedly, "Senior Qin, where's Fong Ping?" Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing went out together. Now, that Qin Fengqing was back. Where did Fong Ping go? He didn't come back. Qin Fengqing said. Seeing that Chun Yunshi was about to explode, he hurriedly laughed dryly and said, "It's okay. He's at the back. What's wrong? It's not an all-out war. He's such a big, living person. What could happen to him?" Chun Yunshi said anxiously, "Didn't Fong Ping go out with you, Senior?" "Oh, they parted ways on the way back. Is Fong Ping hurt? He's fine, right?" Qin Fengqing felt a headache from the questions. He said unhappily, "I say, Junior Yunshi, aren't you worried about your Senior Qin's life? Didn't you come back?" Qin Fengqing's heart was tired. What she said made sense. Forget it. He did not say anything more. He continued carrying his backpack and walked back. Seeing that Chun Yunshi was still not moving, Qin Fengqing said as he walked, "Go back. Don't tell me you still want to look for him. That brat might be roaming around somewhere now. Maybe he's counting oars and forgot the time. How could he remember to come back? Counting oars? Cough, cough. Anyway, that brat must have gotten a lot of benefits." Qin Fengqing guessed casually. Seeing that Chun Yunshi still did not move, he muttered, "Women are so troublesome. You wait for me. I'll go back first." Anyway, he was just outside the city. He was not worried about Chun Yunshi's safety. However, thinking about how no one came to welcome him when he returned, Qin Fengqing was a little disappointed. The tigress did not even come to welcome him. Was she playing hard to get, or was she heartless? She had no humanity at all. Ignoring Chun Yunshi, Qin Fengqing hurried into the city. He would go back first. When he was in the city, he would take stock of his gains. He could not wait. In the end, just as he reached the bottom of the city wall, before he could even enter the door, Qin Fengqing floated up. The next moment, Wu Quishan grabbed his neck and frowned slightly. "You came back alone?" Qin Fengqing looked helpless. He said dryly, "Fong Ping and I parted ways a long time ago. Fong Ping and Vice-Chancellor Huang left together." "Vice-Chancellor, why are you asking me?" "Vice-Chancellor Huang." Huang Jing continued to maintain his silence. Wu Quishan glared at him. Where did old devil Huang put his divine weapon? Now that Qin Fengqing did not have it with him, it was very likely that Fong Ping had taken it away. It was related to Fong Ping's ability to hide his aura. The battle in Skygate City, Wu Quishan could not help but have an ominous thought. That brat, did he go to Skygate City? Wu Quishan was still deep in thought when Tianmu, who was beside him, suddenly laughed. "Kid from the Qin family, what's in your bag? It looks like there's something good in it." Qin Fengqing was instantly alert. He said hurriedly, "It's nothing, just some waste ores. I brought them back to see if I can forge a few weapons." Waste ores? Tianmu could not help but laugh. He did not ask further. He was a rank 8 powerhouse. Separated by a little energy crystal, he could still sense a lot of things. It was not just waste ores. Who was this brat trying to fool? Would he rob him? Even Tianmu could sense it, not to mention the rank 9 powerhouses. At this moment, the few of them glanced at Qin Fengqing strangely. This rank, 4 brats' gains this time were not small. However, Qin Fengqing did not want to expose himself, so they did not say much. Although there were many things, they were not enough to catch the rank 9's attention. However, for rank 7 and 8, it was considered a big gain. Seeing that everyone did not ask anymore, Qin Fengqin breathed a sigh of relief. If the gains were too big, he could not expose his wealth. He could pretend to be poor at the same time. When Fang Ping came back, he would make a fortune. This fellow was sure that Fang Ping could come back, and he would also have gains. This was nothing. The rank 9 did not go after Fang Ping directly. How could that brat be finished so easily? Huang Jing was worried, but he did not take it seriously. Seeing that everyone did not speak, he did not leave either. He stood behind Huang Jing and waited. As soon as he stood still, someone beside him sneered softly. "Didn't you say you went to 100 Beasts Forest? I thought you were great, but you only dug some waste ores back." Qin Fengqin's expression was a little stiff. He said impatiently, "What do you know? Women, long hair, short knowledge. Don't expose your wealth, understand? Yes, I don't know. But every time you come back, aren't you arrogant and domineering? It seems that the rank 9 battle this time has scared you out of your wits." Zhou Qiuef finally found a chance to take revenge. Right now, she was ridiculing him to the extreme. Qin Fengqin was very arrogant. This fellow was not a low-profile person. Every time he came back with gains, even if it was not that much, he could boast about it more and be more powerful. According to this fellow, every time he went to the catacombs, he would kill countless monsters, confront the high ranks, and walk the high ranks like walking a dog. Yesterday, he vowed to go to 100 Beasts Forest, and today he came back just like that. Qin Fengqin snorted. What did she know? "I can't be bothered with you. Don't try to get close to me." Zhou Qiue's expression was dark. She said impatiently, "Stubborn duck." "I'm stubborn duck." Qin Fengqin suddenly felt that he should not have kept a low profile. He was actually being looked down upon. It was okay for others to look down on him. Zhou Qiue, this tigress, clearly had a crush on him, but still insisted on going against him. What was she trying to do? In the next moment, Qin Fengqin did not say anything. He took out a small cloth bag from his pocket, opened it directly, and shook it to the ground. Everyone turned to look. When they saw the hundreds of medals on the ground, they could not help but raise their eyebrows. Every time Qin Fengqin killed an enemy or picked up a medal, he would keep it and carry it with him. These medals were all his gains in the past few years. At this moment, Qin Fengqin's face was full of pride. He snorted and said, "See, 118 martial arts medals. There are more than 30 middle ranks, and there are even a few rank SIXS. In the entire martial arts university, how many fellows have the right to laugh at me, Qin Fengqin? I've killed more middle ranks than you've ever seen." Everyone agreed with the first half of what he said. This guy did have some ability, no matter how he got these medals. However, the second half of what he said made many people slightly speechless. Bragging is not how you brag. It's only 30 middle ranks. You're bragging like it's thousands or tens of thousands. Do you really think that everyone is ignorant? Forget about middle ranks. These people had seen more than 30 high ranks, and even more. Zhou Qiue's expression was a little strange. She snorted, but she did not want to lose face. She said, "Who knows how you got it? Some people like to collect this, so it's not impossible to sell it. Yo, you're still arguing with me?" Qin Fengqin felt that it was necessary to show off his gains. When did women dare to talk back to men? In the next second, Qin Fengqin slammed his big bag on the ground and opened it directly. At this time, rich energy waves spread, attracting many high ranks to look at the bag. Energy stones, launching fruit, Zing fruit, pulse clearing grass, 7-leaf indestructible grass. Someone murmured. Then his expression changed, scurrying over hurriedly and saying, "Qin Fengqin, where did you get the 7-leaf indestructible grass?" "What?" Qin Fengqin turned his head and took a look. He recognized that the other party was a rank 7 powerhouse guarding the catacombs. As soon as he asked, the other party had already grabbed a golden blade of grass with leaves. Seeing that, Qin Fengqing said hurriedly, "Vice-Chancellor, someone is robbing me." He dared to expose himself here, because both vice-chancellors were here. Now, this old guy took it without asking. This was robbery. The powerhouse who got the blade of grass had a dark expression on his face. He said angrily, "Don't talk nonsense." A few rank 9s were here. Why would he rob this kid? However, he was really tempted. At this moment, Wu Quishan also walked over. He stared at the golden blade of grass, then looked at Qin Fengqing. Strangely, he said lightly, "The indestructible grass will only grow in habitats where golden body powerhouses stay for a long time. This is because this blade of grass can only grow by absorbing the imperishable substance emitted by golden body powerhouses. For rank 7 martial artists, it is quite useful. They can understand some of the mysteries of the imperishable substance in advance. Of course, it also has a very strong healing effect because it has absorbed a lot of imperishable substance. Unless it is a serious injury that cannot be cured. Otherwise, swallowing this indestructible grass can heal most internal and external injuries." As he said that, Wu Quishan said heavily, "It only grows in the habitats of golden body martial artists, and for a long time." This kid, what did he do? Qin Fengqing really did not know what this thing was, but his eyes lit up. He asked, "Vice-Chancellor, is it valuable?" The indestructible grass grows according to its age and the amount of imperishable substance it has absorbed. The number of leaves represents its age and medicinal efficacy. 7-leaf ones are worth at least 1 or 200 million. Qin Fengqing's eyes were almost shining. So valuable? He found this thing in the rank 8 hedgehog beast's lair. When he saw the dazzling golden light, he knew it must be something good. He plucked it without hesitation. He did not expect it to be so valuable. Qin Fengqing gulped. Wu Quishan flipped through his big bag again. After a while, he said, "You went to rob a rank 8 martial artist?" He could not help but think so. Some of the things that Qin Fengqing collected were specialties that only rank 8 could have. This was not something that could be explained by good luck. Qin Fengqing laughed dryly. Then he said calmly, "How can that be? I'm still not a rank 8's match. I just went to the rank 8's home for a walk and brought some things back. Vice-Chancellor, how much are these things worth?" Wu Quishan paused. After a while, he said, 1 billion is still worth it. So little. Qin Fengqing was suddenly stunned. Why was it so little? A rank 8's lair was raided, and it was only this little? The principal didn't trick me, right? Qin Fengqing hurriedly calculated. How many energy stones could 1 billion be exchanged for? Could it be liquefied and allow his celestial bridge to mutate? It seemed like it might not be enough. How could that be? At this moment, Zhou Qiue's face was already lifeless. This guy really went to the 100 Beasts forest to rob beasts? She was not the only one. Even the 7th and 8th level powerhouses were a little dumbfounded. Where had this guy gone? Going to destroy a rank 8's lair? The 3 rank 9 powerhouses all had strange looks in their eyes. Zhang Weiyu looked at Elder Fan with a relieved expression. "No wonder you know him. It's not too much to know a rank for a kid who destroyed a rank 8's lair." They were stunned, but Qin Fengqing frowned and said, "This is too little, isn't it? Headmaster, did you count wrongly?" Fang Ping casually got tens of billions. This time, he might even get tens of billions again. "Is that all I have? Previously, I was prepared to pretend to be poor, but now I realize I'm really poor." These words pierced his heart. Wu Quishan suddenly felt a throbbing pain in his heart. Are you doing this on purpose? You're only a rank 4, earning more than 1 billion in one go, and you're telling me that's all? Not to mention when he was a rank 4. Even now, if he went out for a trip and killed until blood flowed like a river, he might not be able to get so many things. Strong combat strength did not mean big gains. This kid Qin Fengqing, he used to be so poor that he could only use his pants. Since when did his standards become so high? Also, Fang Ping casually got tens of billions. Did he really think that it was easy? Last time in the Nanjiang catacombs, it was also luck and coincidence. How could there be so many good things waiting for him? As he was thinking, Nan Yunyue suddenly frowned and said, "There's still someone who hasn't returned? No, that's not right. What's that?" The next moment, Zhang Weiyu suddenly leaped into the air and looked into the distance. After a while, he muttered, "Don't tell me that this is also someone from MCMAU." Chapter 445. Even Zhang Weiyu was shocked. It was obvious that it was indeed shocking. Soon, the others also noticed the abnormality. A few rank 8 powerhouses could not help but look at Wu Quishan. What happened to MCMAU? Wu Quishan said nothing. "Don't look at me. I don't know. Monster. The monster is here." In the next moment, someone on the city wall exclaimed. Zhang Weiyu shouted, "Quiet, it's not a monster. It's not alive." It was a monster, yes, but it was not alive. At this moment, more than 300 meters away from Hope City, a human figure, no, a monster figure appeared in front of everyone. The rank 7 hedgehog beast was nearly 5 meters long and 3 meters tall. With such a huge body, it completely covered Fang Ping, who was underneath it. In everyone's eyes, they only saw the monster. Very few people noticed the legs under the monster's stomach. Outside the city, Chen Yunxi was shocked at first, but she quickly noticed something and rushed toward the monster, saying in surprise, "Fang Ping, you're back." Fang Ping lifted the hedgehog beast a little higher and said in surprise, "You can even find out that it's me?" Chen Yunxi was amazing. "I only have a pair of big bear legs outside. Did you recognize my leg hair?" No, he did not have any leg hair. After successfully forging half-golden body, the hair on his body was gone. Chen Yunxi said happily, "When I saw the monster, I knew that you're back." Her words were too imaginative. Fang Ping was confused. What did she mean? Do I look like this hedgehog beast? Seeing the powerhouse's mentality sweeping in his direction, Fang Ping smiled and said, "Let's go back to the city first. We'll talk after we get back." Having said that, Fang Ping carried the monster's carcass, leaped into the air, and flew toward the city wall. On the city wall, seeing the monster flying over, many middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists could not help but look at the grandmasters. Seeing that they were indifferent, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Someone could not help but say, "Fang Ping, what rank is that monster? Such a huge body, and it feels like the pressure has not dissipated. It's at least rank 6 or even stronger." Even in Hope City, not many people had seen a high-ranked monster. Most of the people he had met were dead. As for these grandmaster powerhouses, some of them had seen them before. Most importantly, even if some of them had killed a high-ranked monster before, very few of them could bring back a complete monster carcass. There was no other way. The risk was too great. The monsters were all very far away from Hope City. Even if they were able to keep them intact when they fought for the sake of safety, these people would at most dig out their cores and brain cores and not bring them all back. This time, however, a rank 5 martial artist had brought back a rank 7 monster. Yes, they could tell that it was the corpse of a 7th-tier demonic beast. Not only that, there were also several large bags on the corpse of the demonic beast. The energy fluctuations were so strong that they suspected that they had arrived at a mining site. Who did Fong Ping rob? The rank. 8 Tianmu was shocked. There might not be so many rank. 7 houses raided. This was no longer a property confiscation. It was more like a family extermination. Even the corpses of the demonic beasts were brought back. That was not all. When Fong Ping landed on the city wall, there was a slight tremor. A bag on the monster's carcass fell off and fell to the ground, its contents spilling all over the ground. This time, everyone was stunned. Zhou Qiue glanced at Qin Fengqing. She did not know what expression to use to look at him. Qin Fengqing did not utter a word. He squatted down quietly and picked up the medals on the ground. I knew it. I shouldn't have flaunted my wealth when this bastard came. I'm really poor. On the ground, there were medals scattered all over. Countless medals. One of the crystal-like medals stunned the high-ranked powerhouses. In the catacombs, medals of high ranks and middle and low ranks were different. Crystal-like medals were exclusive to high-ranked powerhouses. Tian Mu sucked the crystal medal on the ground into his hand. After checking it, he said in shock, "Fong Ping kid, where did you go?" Fong Ping raised his head and glanced at it. He tossed the monster's carcass aside, casually. The city wall shook slightly. Fong Ping smiled. Nothing. I saw a rank 7 monster fighting with a rank 7 catacombs powerhouse on the way. When both of them were injured, I killed them both. Cough, cough, cough. Wu Quishan could not help but cough. He scolded, "Speak properly. Are you kidding us? Do you think we're ignorant?" Also, the demonic beast that was killed was obviously killed with his divine weapon. Fong Ping looked around and laughed dryly. It's true, as he said that, seeing that everyone did not believe him. Fong Ping said carefully, "That if I say that I went out for a walk and accidentally encountered a monster fight, and a monster plotted against a few other monsters, then both sides had a big fight, and then I picked up some things along the way, would you believe me?" Everyone looked at him as if he was lying to them. Fong Ping was hurt. I knew it. I knew that if I told the truth, you guys wouldn't believe me. If it were me, I probably wouldn't believe it either. Fong Ping had no choice but to say, "It's like this." I saw that the situation in Magic City Catacombs was not too good, and Skygate City is our biggest enemy, so I used a plan to rebel against Jiao's Forest Jiao. I made it a spy, and it helped me lead the beasts to attack Skygate City. In this battle, Skygate City suffered countless casualties. Even 2 rank 7 chieftains died. Then, there's no then. Anyway, that's about it. Grandmasters, if I say this, will you believe me? Many people were still in a daze. Nan Yunyue suddenly said coldly, "Tell me in detail. What happened?" Fong Ping glanced at her. This woman was very domineering. Wu Quishan winked at him. "Don't provoke her. She's very strong." Fong Ping understood. Although he did not really know her, he still said honestly, "All right, then I'll tell you in detail. Actually, it's like this. Vice-Chancellor Huang and I went to train together. I went to..." Qin Fengqing immediately added himself in. Fong Ping glanced at him, speechless. He continued, "Then we accidentally encountered a rank 7 monster. Vice-Chancellor Huang showed his prowess and killed this monster. Unexpectedly, Jiao from Jiao's forest suddenly appeared and fought with another rank 8 monster. At that time, we were facing a life-and-death crisis. I suddenly remembered that I once worked with Jiao." "Work?" Nan Yunyue interrupted him and stared at him. Fong Ping laughed dryly. "It's not really a work. Jiao needed to level up and lacked energy. I lured a group of catacombs martial artists into Jiao's forest, and it swallowed them." The 2 newly arrived rank 9 martial artists were a little confused. "There was such a thing. How did you survive until now?" How did you survive? Then I asked Vice Chancellor Huang to help kill that rank 8 monster. Fong Ping spoke tirelessly. According to him, everything was just a coincidence. As for himself, although he had some small contributions, it was all due to Huang Jing's good leadership. He had changed Jiao and made it a traitor, leading 100 Beasts forest powerhouses to attack Skygate City. Then, the other party fought until they were outside the city. An injured rank 7 fell in front of Fong Ping, and he killed it in passing. As for the monster's corpse, it was also sent back by Jiao. When Huang Jing killed it, the situation was too tense, so he did not bring it back. In short, it was that simple. He was not responsible, but the credit was. As he said that, Fong Ping opened all the bags on the monster's corpse. There were countless high-ranked energy stones. Many people gulped when they saw it. How did this come about? Fong Ping also had an explanation. These were the treasures that Jiao snatched when it broke into Skygate City's energy mining area. It could not eat them all, so it gave him some, and he brought them back. Huang Jing had no objections to Fong Ping's explanation. Qin Fengqing, however, looked disbelieving. He said in grief and indignation, "Nonsense, they were dug up." "Damn it, you want to take away my share, right?" Fong Ping could not be bothered with him. At this time, he concluded, "This time, I killed 2 rank 7 martial artists in Skygate City. I didn't bring the other medal back, but Magic City is familiar with them. If I don't see them later, I'll know." As for the rank 6 ones, I killed about 20. Rank 4 and 5, about 100. I don't count the rest. 3 lower ranks, tens of thousands. I'm too lazy to pick up these things. General Su, my contribution should be enough for the great general, right? Su Mafu could no longer maintain his calm expression. He murmured, "Let me think about it. You said that you and Vice Chancellor Huang and the others went out to train together. And then you killed a few rank 7 and 8 monsters, and then a rank 9 war broke out. The attack on Skygate City had something to do with you?" Fong Ping said immediately, "Yes, of course. If the monsters wanted to take revenge on us, then it's not because of us. It was Jiao's doing. I'll take the credit, but the responsibility is not mine." It was not that he did not want to take responsibility, but Fong Ping felt that it had nothing to do with him. In 100 Beasts Forest, the few monsters that died, other than this rank 7, were all killed by Jiao. Was he supposed to take the blame for this too? That was not right. Not only Su Mafu, but Nan Yunyue and Zhang Weiyu were both top-notch rank 9 powerhouses. At this moment, they could not come to their senses. So, the chaos in Magic City's catacombs was really caused by them? Nan Yunyue's expression changed. Zhang Weiyu yelled, "Nonsense!" Fong Ping did not know Zhang Weiyu, but he could feel the other party's strength. He laughed hurriedly and said, "This is not nonsense. I'm serious. We did not lead the other party to Skygate City. If we have to take the blame, we have to. This Grandmaster can choose not to believe my words, but you should believe Vice Chancellor Huang's. We were just taking advantage of the situation. If we didn't do this, not only would we not get any benefits, we would also have to take the blame for Jiao. Now, at least we've broken through Skygate City. I don't think this is nonsense." Huang Jing also said in a low voice, "Guardian, it's true. Even if we didn't do anything at that time, I'm afraid things would not have gone as smoothly as now. That Jiao and Jiao's forest is not quite right. At least the situation now is developing in a good direction, although Wu Quishan did not guess everything. He had guessed most of it, including the role of his divine weapon. Of course, now was not the time to talk about the divine weapon. Wu Quishan laughed and said, "Guardian, MCMU will not take credit for this. This is what we should do. Skygate City has a deep grudge against us. Destroying half of Skygate City is what we should do. We must do it. If, as the Guardian said, the Skygate City Lord's divine weapon could lead to a war between the two sides, that would be even better. I think Fong Ping did a good job. He went deep into the tiger's den and brought us the most detailed information. However, Fong Ping is still young. There's no need to calculate his merits for him. Fong Ping said hurriedly, Vice-Chancellor, we still have to give him what he deserves. He killed so many people. Wu Quishan said lightly, Don't tell me you want to go to the military department. That's not it. Then it's fine. Killing catacombs martial artists is the duty of us martial arts university students. It's not easy for the government and the military department either. Do you want the military department to reward you with billions? Is it so hard to sacrifice for humanity? Fong Ping looked like he had learned something. He said hurriedly, It's my duty. I'm a profiteer. I shouldn't have mentioned this. It's good that you understand. You're not an ordinary student. You're the president of MCMAU's Martial Arts Society. You're a role model for the students and the entire martial arts university. If even you have to be calculative, then is there still hope for this society? Vice-Chancellor, you're right. I'll remember. The two of them echoed each other, instantly making this monstrous matter sound like it was a trivial matter. Zhang Weiyu's expression changed again and again. Nan Yunhua also looked at them strangely. Suddenly, she looked at Fong Ping and asked, You can communicate with that Jiao? Fong Ping said with a face full of smiles, Of course not, but it's very smart. It will weigh the pros and cons of things that are beneficial to it. If that's the case, then why did it give you energy stones? It couldn't carry them. I saw it swallow a lot, and it couldn't swallow anymore. It probably didn't want Skygate City to benefit. Nan Yunhua asked a few more questions, mainly about the cause and process of the incident. Magic City's catacombs had erupted into a war for no reason. Only now did they know that it had something to do with their own people. Moreover, it was so absurd that these powerhouses were very confused. As for Huang Jing, he was also asked a few questions. This guy had not said anything before. What was he trying to hide? Huang Jing did not explain much either. He only said that he felt that the matter was not over yet. He would wait for Fong Ping to return first to understand the details and then report to the rank 9s. The few MCMAU fellows had pushed the blame away and accepted the credit. This made Nan Yunhua and Zhang Weiyu speechless. Since when did MCMAU become like this? After understanding the cause and process of the incident, everyone finally looked at the monster carcasses and the energy stones, according to the situation that Fong Ping had explained to them, as well as the exposure of Skygate City's Lord of Skygate City's divine weapon. The probability of this incident involving humans was not high. From the beginning to the end, no humans had appeared in this dispute. The only person who knew, or rather, the demon who knew, was the Jiao in the Jiao's forest. As for whether the Jiao would expose this, unless the Jiao had a death wish, but according to Fong Ping, the possibility was not high, although this matter was not over yet, and there would definitely be follow-up. No one continued to ask. Now they would wait and see. If the situation worsened and the monsters from the Forbidden Land attacked, Fong Ping would definitely have to bear part of the responsibility. If not, then it was indeed a meritorious deed. Nan Yunhua glanced at the harvest and said lightly, At least 300 caddies of high-ranked energy stones, thousands of caddies of low-ranked energy stones, plus a rank 7 monster carcass. And it's complete. At this moment, even Nan Yunhua did not know what to say. Qin Fengqing, on the other hand, did not care so much. He asked hurriedly, How much is it worth? 100 billion. Zhang Weiyu replied. Qin Fengqing swallowed hard. I am so poor. Really, really poor. Nan Yunhua shook her head. This is no longer just a matter of money. Everyone is in urgent need of energy stones now. Fong Ping, what do you plan to do with them? Fong Ping chuckled. This is MCMAU's, not mine. I don't have the authority to deal with this. Vice Chancellor Huang, what do you think? Wu Quishan chuckled. You brought these things back. Of course. Old Huang also contributed. How about this? MCMU will use 3 million credits to buy all of these. Fong Ping said hurriedly, That's too much. I can't use so much. According to what we said earlier, the monster carcass belongs to Vice Chancellor Huang. This is a monster that he risked his life to kill. I dare not take credit for it. The school can just give me 2 million credits. Of course, I can't use it. After the school gives it to me, I won't use it until I'm in urgent need of resources. Besides me, if I die in the catacombs, these things will be donated to MCMAU. Everyone's gaze was slightly strange. This was getting interesting. Wu Quishan and Fong Ping did not seem to notice this. Wu Quishan smiled. Fong Ping, are you sure? Of course. If that's the case, the school won't be polite with you. You and MCMAU are one. When you need it, the school won't be stingy. These credits will always belong to you. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. There's no need. I should be the one thanking you. Wu Quishan laughed. Beside him, Huang Jing laughed too. Fong Ping, I won't be polite either. I'm going to use this monster to forge a divine weapon. If you need anything in the future, you can call me anytime. With a divine weapon, you'll still have some ability to protect yourself. Thank you, Vice Chancellor Huang. I'll call you again the next time I go to the catacombs. Huang Jing's face twitched. I'm just saying. Kid, you know what I mean. Why do you have to respond now? The two grandmasters expressed their stance. Fong Ping looked at Lu Po behind him and said with a smile, Old Lu, I'll bring some life essence back next time. I guarantee that your injuries will be healed. Lu Po could not help but laugh. I'll be waiting then. However, it's better to be safe than sorry. Don't force it. You're MCMAU's future hope. As they talked, Tianmu chuckled. With Fong Ping around, why do I feel like MCMAU is more useful than a rank 8 or a rank 9? Speaking of which, Kid Fong, shouldn't you prepare some benefits for me too? The next time you bring a rank 8 monster back, get me a divine weapon? When that time comes, I'm not afraid of a rank 9. If anything happens to you, I'll stand up for you. I think Jiao is quite suitable for you. Why don't you go and get rid of it? Cough, cough. Forget it then. They talked and laughed for a while. Zhang Weiyu glanced at them and did not say a word. Nan Yunyue gave a light humph and said lightly, Everything has its own rules. It hasn't come to that. Wu Quishan also laughed. You're overthinking it. Fong Ping is only a rank 5. Today, he can destroy half of Skygate City. I think it won't be long before a rank 9 falls at his hands. I'm not too worried. This kid has a lot of luck. He won't die so easily. The few of us old guys can still protect him for a while. As for the monsters, if they really attack Hope City, MCMU will naturally take responsibility. Even if we can't win, we'll still give the monsters an explanation. As he said that, a golden light suddenly flashed on Fong Ping's body. In the next moment, it fell into Wu Quishan's hand. The golden short sword danced in Wu Quishan's hand, then disappeared in an instant. Wu Quishan smiled faintly and said, Let me, Wu Quishan, be the one who attacked and killed the monster beasts. The monster beasts are not without intelligence. If they really came, would they really fight to the death with us humans for a few rank 7 or 8 monster beasts? When the time comes, I'll show up. No one said anything. Nan Yunyue and Wu Quishan kept staring at him. The divine weapon that he put away earlier was close to rank 9, coupled with Wu Quishen's peak rank. 8 strength. If he encountered a normal weak rank 9 without a divine weapon, they might not be his match. MCMAU was becoming more and more unpredictable. As for Wu Quishen's so-called responsibility, it was nothing more than him stepping forward. The monsters were not stupid. If Wu Quishen took responsibility, the human powerhouses would not make a move. Whether or not they could kill Wu Quishen depended on the 100 Beasts Forest's own strength. Not to mention, it was not a big deal for humans to kill monsters under normal circumstances. For the sake of divine weapons, it was not like there were no powerhouses who attacked and killed monsters. It was just that this time, the commotion was slightly bigger. The 2 top rank 9s did not say anything. The others, on the other hand, had strange looks in their eyes. Wu Quishen also had a divine weapon. In addition, Huang Jing was about to forge a divine weapon. After forging a divine weapon, with a divine weapon in hand, Huang Jing's strength might be the top among rank 7. In addition, there were a few powerhouses on MCMAU's side. Their strength had surpassed CCMAU. The incident that Fang Ping started was considered over for now. As for the huge harvest, it was useless. Fang Ping only took some credits. He did not keep anything. If they killed Fang Ping, could they still exchange his credits for resources at MCMAU? They were looking for death. Fang Ping's conversation with Wu Quishen and the rest earlier was not unnecessary. Many human grandmasters were indeed selfless. They fought bloody battles for humanity. However, Fang Ping, a rank 5 martial artist, was sitting on hundreds of billions of wealth. No, this was not just a matter of wealth. Even if he had money, he might not be able to buy so many things related to cultivation, even for rank 7 and 8 powerhouses, or even the weakest among the rank 9. These things were worth fighting for. Now, there was nothing left. Even if he had some thoughts, it was all gone now. The invisible confrontation came to an end. Qin Fengqing had been holding it in. After they were done talking, he grabbed Fang Ping, gritted his teeth, and said, "What about me? Don't lie to me. Bastard, I don't believe that all of them were given to you by Jiao. Who were you lying to? He was not stupid. Earlier, when everyone was in a verbal confrontation, he held it in and did not join in. Now that it was over, it was time for him to divide the spoils." Fang Ping sighed softly. "I really didn't dig up much there. About 70 to 80 caddies of low-ranked stuff. How about this? I'll give you 50 caddies of low-ranked stuff. I% yen hashtag Qin Fengqing almost died of anger. Seeing this, Fang Ping laughed again. "Forget it. I can't do anything if you don't believe me. Anyway, I gained a lot this time. I'm not a stingy person. I'll lend you 10,000 credits. I'm going to kill you." Chapter 446. 10,000 credits. Fang Ping, that's too little. Don't you have a big bag of gains yourself? Fang Ping pointed at the big bag next to him. "You have money. Why do you need so much?" Qin Fengqing said with a long face, "It's not enough. What's the use of this bit of money?" At the side, a few outstanding students from other martial arts universities were all there, including FMS Yao Chengjun. He had been training in the Magic City catacombs. When the war broke out, he rushed back too. When they heard Qin Fengqing say, "This bit of money," a few martial arts university students maintained absolute silence. At this time, they had to get used to the heartache. They would just treat it as Qin Fengqing's harvest of 100,000. 1 billion is useless. How many energy stones can it be exchanged for? How can I bathe in the energy stone essence? If I don't bathe, how can I mutate the celestial bridge? Fang Ping, don't you think so? Fang Ping complained. "Who asked you to be useless?" If you have the ability, get a few hundred caddies of life essence for a bath. No one will stop you. Qin Fengqing is useless. Words like that hurt them again. Yao Chengjun clutched his chest and took a step back. Someone give me earplugs. I don't want to listen anymore. Qin Fengqing, who had earned 1 billion in one go and rated a rank 8's lair, was now useless in Fang Ping's eyes. The key was that Qin Fengqing was only rank 4. Did these bastards from MCMEU consider everyone's feelings? Qin Fengqing said mournfully, I'm only rank 4. There's no other way, okay? Next time when I reach rank 5, I'll raid a rank 9's lair, and mine, they're giant mine too. But you have to let me reach rank 5. Fang Ping, how about this? I'm borrowing from you. Lend me more. How much? 1 million credits. Fang Ping was about to kick him when Qin Fengqing said hurriedly, Don't. We can bargain. What about 800,000 credits? It's only 8 billion. Get lost. Do you think I've never learned math? 24 billion. That was in the past. Credits are worthless now. 1 credit is only 10,000 bucks. Fine. Even if it's 24 billion, you spent tens of billions to treat your injuries and hired a bunch of rank 8. Now that I've broken through rank 5, can you not lend me some? As these two were talking, the students from the other universities could not take it anymore. Not only the students, even the rank 6 instructors. Only 8 billion. Tens of billions for healing. Hire a bunch of rank 8 martial artists. These words were spoken casually, but in the ears of everyone else, they felt as if their hearts were about to explode. Zhou Qiue suppressed the urge to burst her heart. She walked to Chen Yunxi's side and whispered, They talk like this usually? Or should he just pretend? Chen Yunxi shook her head. No, they rarely talk about money. They always talk about which rank 9 is weaker, which rank 9 is easier to trick. Cough, cough, cough. Zhou Qiue almost choked to death. Were the people in MCMAU all devils? She knew Chen Yunxi as well. After all, there were not many strong female martial artists among the martial arts university students. Previously, Magic City Women's University had even tried to recruit Chen Yunxi during her college entrance examination. Zhou Qiue had met Chen Yunxi before. She was a shy girl, but now forget it. Entering MCMAU was like entering a den of thieves. Chen Yunxi continued, Actually, they don't talk about rank 9 all the time. Sometimes they talk about rank 7 and 8 martial artists. However, Fang Ping and Senior Qin have never been able to kill a high rank. They only escaped from a high rank. The word only was used to pierce her heart. Zhou Qiue suddenly felt hopeless. I'm really behind the times. I can't keep up with the times. The martial artists of the same generation were talking about rank 9 and the problem of tens of billions of cultivation resources. Even if you gave her 10 million, she would laugh herself to death. Zhou Qiue felt hopeless. Yao Chengjun suddenly understood why Li Hansong harassed him those days. How hopeless! How depressing! That iron head had changed completely after coming out of the Nanjiang catacombs. In the past, although Li Hansong was not arrogant, he was still arrogant. He was one of the top prodigies of the current generation. Even when he lost to Fang Ping, he did not feel so hopeless. However, this time in the Nanjiang catacombs, Li Hansong was really hopeless and lost. He often complained to Yao Chengjun, a guy who felt weaker than him. The guys from MCMAU were all lunatics. NMAU's Wang Jinyang was also a lunatic, but lunatics were all very strong. That was why he decided that he wanted to be a lunatic too. At this moment, Yao Chengjun felt that he should be a lunatic too. Seeing these people's faces full of disappointment, Chen Yunqi suddenly felt a little embarrassed. Was she bragging? Actually, Fang Ping and Qin Fengqing did not really talk about high ranks. However, she felt that she should give Fang Ping some face, so she exaggerated a little. Was this a little too much of a blow? Chen Yunqi felt slightly apologetic. Don't take it seriously. Fang Ping often talked nonsense, so she did not take it seriously. Fang Ping heard Chen Yunqi helping to stab. He did not care too much. It was a small matter. If others could not accept such a small matter, then they were too weak. At this moment, Fang Ping was still arguing with Qin Fengqing. However, when he felt a wisp of mentality brushing past him, Fang Ping suddenly lost interest in arguing with Qin Fengqing. I'll lend you 50,000 credits. 5 billion. Including your own, it's enough for you to soak in a bath. Fang Ping interrupted this guy's rambling and scolded, "Stop talking nonsense. Don't use resources recklessly. Even if you earned it yourself, you risked your life to get it. Do you think it's a game?" The mutation of the celestial bridge might not be related to energy. It might be related to talent. You're a little lacking. You might not be able to mutate after wasting money. Qin Fengqing suddenly felt a little disappointed. He said helplessly, "It's because I'm not talented that I want to become more talented. That 50,000 credits should be enough. The school will use 40,000 credits to buy back your things. 90,000 credits will all be exchanged for energy stones. That should be enough for you, right? It can be exchanged for 6 caddies of high-ranked cultivation stones. It's 6 caddies. Don't use it like 6 grams." This guy Qin Fengqing was really extravagant. Even Fang Ping was not as extravagant as him. Fang Ping had no choice but to spend money before. His injuries at that time could not be healed without a rank 8's protection. That was why he did it. Did Qin Fengqing really think that he did not value money? 6 caddies. Qin Fengqing touched his chin and muttered, "Is it enough?" Nonsense. Fang Ping could not be bothered with him. He asked the people around him, "Who brought a pen and paper?" Everyone was stunned for a moment. Very quickly, though, someone brought a pen and paper. Fang Ping did not waste any time. He quickly wrote a few lines, then passed it to Qin Fengqing. "Sign it." "What?" Qin Fengqing took it and glanced at it. He said with a dumbfounded expression, 2 billion? You owe me a lot from before. You said you don't need to give it to me to lead the way. Fine, forget it then. I know you can't afford it anyway. You're a pauper. 5 billion or 2 billion makes no difference. What about my own share this time? It's the same. Even if you get 100 million, is there a difference between 4 billion and 2 billion? Qin Fengqing thought for a while and nodded. Yes, there was no difference. Sign it. Qin Fengqing did not hesitate this time. He signed it quickly. Fang Ping took the IOU, looked at it, and said, 2 billion, 10% interest per year. It's not considered high. Think about it yourself. Where should you go to work after graduation? You have to earn back at least 200 million interest. Qin Fengqing said sheepishly, "How can there be such a high salary?" As he said that, Qin Fengqing coughed dryly and said that if I stay in MCMAU, how much can I get? You? 10 million at most. Qin Fengqing suddenly felt a little hopeless. Then he regained his fighting spirit. "I'm not going to return the money. Kill me if you can." Fang Ping glanced at him from the corner of his eyes. "I know you're not going to return the money. It's okay. I've already signed the IOU. Prepare to risk your life in the future. If you don't have the money to return it, then sell yourself." Fang Ping felt that it was necessary for Qin Fengqing to stay in MCMHU because he dared to risk his life and could still survive. There were people like Qin Fengqing who valued money more than his life. The key was that most of them were dead. Old Qin could live until now. Fang Ping felt that this kind of person could still be fully utilized before he died. He would think about it when he died. After signing the IOU, Fang Ping did not waste any time. He took out a few larger energy stones from the monster carcass beside him and threw them to Qin Fengqing. Whether this thing was borrowed from the school or from himself, it was the same. Fang Ping felt that there was no need to distinguish himself and MCMAU too clearly now. Anyway, it would be his sooner or later. Qin Fengqing hugged the energy stones happily. Fang Ping, however, did not stand on ceremony. He threw his big bag on the monster carcass. This thing belonged to the school. Qin Fengqing's face twitched. He was a little upset. So, he had worked himself to death, and in the end, he had only gotten a few energy stones, and he even owed a huge debt of 2 billion. Why did he feel like he had lost out? He had also dug up energy stones. Although it was a little less, a big bag of things was exchanged for this little bit. The more he thought about it, the sadder he felt. He looked at Fang Ping, who had thrown his things on the monster carcass like he was throwing trash. To think that he had hidden it like it was a treasure. Comparing oneself to others really made one want to cry. Qin Fengqing wanted to cry. The people around him were really close to tears. Did rank 4 martial artists cultivate with this? Other people cultivated with caddies of energy stones. It was difficult for them to even subdue it. Qin Fengqing still had a pitiful look on his face. Motherf asterisk her, he really wanted to beat these 2 flaunting bastards to death. As he thought about it, Fang Ping took out a fruit that looked like a grape and threw it to Chen Yunxi. Eat it. Chen Yunxi caught the fruit. Her face was flushed. She said in a low voice, "What is it?" 100 honing fruit. "Oh, is it delicious?" "I don't know. I didn't eat it. It's a waste." "Try it." "Okay, then I'll eat it." Chen Yunxi did not stand on ceremony. In reality, she did not know what 100 honing fruit was. In the next moment, Chen Yunxi wiped the fruit on her clothes and ate it. A rank 6 instructor at the side wanted to say something, but stopped. His face was twitching in pain. 100 honing fruit. She ate it just like that. Just like that. This was an energy fruit that had the best effect on honing internal organs for rank 4 and 5 martial artists. MCMU did not have it. If it did, the exchange value would not be less than 1,000 credits. That was the lowest. The rank 6 instructor from another school glanced at Chen Yunxi, then at Fang Ping. These bastards from MCMAU were so King rich. An energy fruit worth tens of millions. She ate it just like that. She did not feel the pinch at all. The point was, even if you had tens of millions, you would not be able to buy this. Not many people knew about the 100 honing fruit. At this time, many people still had no idea. Even Chen Yunxi herself had no idea. She ate one and smiled brightly. "It's delicious. It's sweet. Let's try another one." Fang Ping handed another one over. This time, the rank 6 instructor could not hold it in anymore. Seeing that Chen Yunxi was about to eat it again, he said hurriedly, "Don't eat it," before he could finish his sentence. Chen Yunxi had already swallowed it. "This is 100 honing fruit." The rank 6 instructor's face was full of grief and indignation. His tone was bleak as he said, "After eating one, you can hone your internal organs 24 hours a day for 3 days. The speed is extremely fast, and the effect is excellent. What a waste." As soon as he said that, the rank 4 and 5 martial artists were shocked. 24 hours of nonstop honing for 3 days? 72 hours of nonstop honing. Such an effect was comparable to a month of their cultivation. Moreover, the effect was even better. Did this not mean that eating one fruit was equivalent to 2 months of hard work for them? If you eat two, the excess energy will dissipate in 4 to 5 days. This is wasting at least half of the 100 honing fruit's medicinal effect. What a waste! The instructor from another school shook his head continuously, disregarding the price. This thing was really hard to come by. It grew in an energy mineral vein. Not just anyone could get their hands on it. Although some top-notch powerhouses had no use for it, they still wanted to get some for their children and descendants. Unfortunately, they could not get their hands on it. Fang Ping saw Chun Yunxi looking at him and smiled. It's okay. I have plenty. I pulled a whole vine back earlier. There were 17 or 18 fruits on it. It's okay to eat a few. Oh, then don't waste it. I'll just eat two. Chun Yunxi was not a fool. After hearing the instructor's words, she knew how precious this fruit was. However, Chun Yunxi felt that there was no need to be too polite. If she was too polite, it would make people feel like they were strangers. She felt that she and Fang Ping did not need to be so distant. When I get back to school, I'll plant some seeds. If I plant energy stones, I might be able to keep them alive. Plant fruits with energy stones? Everyone's hearts were pierced into despair once again. Did he have so many energy stones that he could plant fruits? All right, seeing those big bags of energy stones, they believed him. For a moment, everyone was silent. Qin Fengqing wanted to say something, but seeing the murderous look in Fang Ping's eyes, he shut his mouth obediently. He would not provoke Fang Ping now. When he broke through, he would think of a way to borrow the fruit from Fang Ping. Fang Ping stopped talking. He listened attentively to the Grandmaster's conversation while observing his own data. Wealth, 12 billion converted vitality, 5,800 calories, 5,999 calories, mentality, 850 hertz, 899 hertz, bones honed, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 90%, storage space, 32 cubic meters plus, energy shield, 10,000 wealth/minute. His wealth was only 12 billion. However, in order to expand the space, he had spent 14 billion, including the activation of the energy shield and some of the previous consumption. His remaining wealth was less than 3 billion. This also meant that Fang Ping's wealth had increased by 9 billion. 9 billion. Clearly, something was not right. Fang Ping calculated for a while. This meant that the credits had not been settled yet. The settlement was only for the items that he had hidden away. Naturally, he would not throw away all the good stuff. Fang Ping kept some extremely pure energy stones, plus some weapons and the like. He did not take them out this time. It was too conspicuous. There was also the 100 honing fruit. Fang Ping did not hand it over either, keeping it with him instead. The system had given a value of 9 billion for these items. 2 million credits, that was 40 billion wealth. If that's the case, after the credits are settled, my wealth will exceed 50 billion? This time, the system did not settle some of the items for him. For example, although he was the one who brought back the monster carcass, it was indeed killed by Huang Jing. He had also given it to Huang Jing, so it was not counted as his items. It's not 100 billion, but it's nothing. It'll exceed 50 billion after this. And the space has been expanded to 32 cubic meters, spending more than 10 billion. No matter how you look at it, it's a big profit. Fang Ping was sure that a rank 9 would not earn money as fast as him. Not to mention a rank 9, although he had only been down for a day this time. Even a rank 9 paragon would not earn money as fast as he did. If I can't do it this time, I'll do it next time. 50 billion the first time. It'll be more than 100 billion the second time. As for the credits settlement, a few million credits would not do now. He would think about it when he returned to school. Chapter 447. Fang Ping and the others were making a ruckus, but the Grandmaster powerhouses did not care. At that moment, everyone was still staring at the direction of Skygate City. After a moment of silence, Nan Yunyue suddenly said, "These two brats are not allowed to enter the underground cavern in the future." Wu Quishan said indifferently, "There's such a saying?" Nan Yunyue didn't say anything. Elder Fan didn't know whether to laugh or cry as he said, "Elder Nan must be joking. However, little Wu, you should take it easy." He was too old to be provoked. If dozens of rank 9s exploded every few days, he would also collapse. Wu Quishan felt a little helpless at this moment. He smiled bitterly and said, "This is not easy to control." "How do I control it? Now that these two brats have entered the catacombs, they'll go wherever there are benefits. Even a rank 9 can't stop them. Do I dare to run under a rank 9's nose and pull them back?" Elder Fan also smiled. He paused and said, "Your divine weapon, don't use it for now." "Yes, I know." Nan Yunyue and Zhang Weiyu looked at Wu Quishan at the same time. Nan Yunyue seemed to think of something. She said in a low voice, 3 years ago, Skygate City was ambushed. Was it done by President Wu?" "Yes, President Wu." Nan Yunyue immediately frowned. "Next time, don't act recklessly." Wu Quishan suddenly looked at her and said with a faint smile, "Fooling around? I don't quite understand what Minister Nan is saying. How is it messing around? I'm a rank 8 martial artist. What's there to be afraid of when I attack an enemy's city? We are mortal enemies in the first place. I'm not even a rank 9 paragon. You said that if a rank 9 paragon makes a move, it might cause chaos. I'm not serious, right? Since that's the case, why can't I kill my way in? Chief Nan, I'm afraid that years of comfort have led you to misjudge the situation in the catacombs. In the eyes of the catacombs powerhouses, let alone a rank 8 like me, even you might not be able to cause any impact if you attack now." Nan Yunyue furrowed her eyebrows, a bit unhappy, as she said, "President Wu, you know what I mean. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go, but shouldn't you at least say something? You rashly attacked Skygate City, and this time it's the same. Your MCMAU students rashly caused a war between 100 Beasts Forest and Skygate City." Wu Quishan smiled and said nothing. Tian Mu suddenly said impatiently, "Shut up. What the F*CK do you know? It's best if we fight." "What the F*CK are you talking about?" The entire place was silent. On the outskirts, Fang Ping resisted the urge to laugh maniacally. He patted Qin Fengqing's big bald head lightly. F*CK. Old Tian was awesome. Nan Yunyue. Now he knew who this woman was. One of the 3 department heads. The first person below rank 9 paragon. In the end, the rank 8 Tian Mu scolded as soon as he opened his mouth. He was too awesome. Nan Yunyue was also stunned, her face slack. "I was scolded." Tian Mu seemed to realize something. He coughed dryly and said, "Don't misunderstand. Elder Nan, I'm not scolding you. I'm just like that. I'm used to it. If you don't believe me, you can ask Minister Zhang. I often ask about his relatives. Zhang Tao, the second-ranked top-notch powerhouse in Sino Nation, a genuine rank 9 paragon. Now, he had become Tian Mu's scapegoat." Nan Yunyue was stunned once more. Beside her, Old Man Fan was as large as an ox. He scolded, "General Tian, pay attention to your words." Yes, I'm sorry. It was really a slip of the tongue this time. I'm used to being rough, so I didn't think too much when talking to girls." Seeing that Nan Yunyue was about to go berserk, Zhang Weiyu had no choice but to interrupt. "General Tian, you don't have to be like this. If you have something to say, just say it. If he really treated Tianmu as a rough man, then he would be an idiot. How could a top student who graduated from MCMU be a rough man? MCMU students were not just powerful. Tianmu didn't become a general who guarded a region by relying on his rudeness. The military department even had the intention to make him the deputy commander, or directly take over the position of Magic City Military Region Commander. This guy just did not want it. A rough man could be a fighter, but a general who guarded an area was not like that. It was not strange that Tianmu was not afraid of Nan Yunyue. He was from the military department. Nan Yunyue was the department head of the detective department. She could not control him. Although there was a big difference in their strength, Nan Yunyue could not attack him just because of a few words. If Nan Yunyue really attacked him, the military department's commander Li could come knocking on his door. Tianmu was one of the best generals in the military department. From rank 3 all the way to rank 8, he was a true powerhouse who had killed his way out of a sea of blood. He had spent his entire life on the battlefield, killing for almost 50 years. In these 50 years, his brothers, sisters, wives, and children had all died in the catacombs. He even scolded Zhang Tao. Zhang Tao did not want to argue with him. First, he could not. Second, he did not dare. Li Jun valued Tianmu very much. He would not allow anyone to attack him. Seeing that Zhang Weiyu had spoken, Tianmu laughed and said, "Then I'll be straightforward. You're a woman. Even if you become a martial artist, even if you become a powerhouse, you're still indecisive. At this point, the war will start at any time. At this time, you're telling me that it's not good to make it big? What a joke. At this time, there would be one less dead. Without Fong Ping and Old Wu's divine weapon, would they be able to fight this time? If they can't fight, then we'll just say that we don't have any dealings with forbidden areas like 100 Beast Forest and these cities. In reality, do you know that the monsters really don't hate us? Right now, we've forced the Skygate City Lord to reveal his divine weapon. This is a good thing. Even if both sides reconcile in the end, they might not be as close as before. Instead, they would be more guarded. Forget about the monsters not attacking. Even if they did, so what? Aren't the so-called Guardian clans monsters and monster plants? You're just comforting yourselves. Do you really think that when the war comes, these monsters and monster plants will just sit back and watch? Chief Nan, aren't you too comfortable in the capital city catacombs? Don't King tell me that the monsters in the capital city catacombs are your brothers and sisters. Stop bullshitting. Tianmu kept on swearing. His words made Nan Yunyue's face turn red. She was a department head, who was almost a rank 9 paragon. She did not know if she should retaliate after being scolded. Beside him, Elder Fan suddenly kicked him and reprimanded him again. Speak properly. Tianmu was also a 70-year-old man. However, Elder Fan was very old. He was more than 100 years old. Even though he was kicked, he had nothing to say. After a light cough, Tianmu chuckled and said, "Don't mind me. You guys listen to the important things. What I mean is, regardless of whether Fong Ping did it intentionally or not, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You guys don't like these 2 kids, but I really like them. How about this? If MCMAU can't handle it, they can come to the military department. Both of them can be my assistants. It's not a problem to be a general. What do you mean they can't go to the catacombs? What nonsense. Cough, cough. All right, I'll stop scolding. Everyone, don't stare." Tianmu saw that everyone was staring at him after he finished speaking. He laughed and said, "Anyway, it's a good thing." Old Wu said that if anything happens, he will bear the responsibility. There's no need for that. We humans, Sino Nation, have not reached the point where we have to compromise. If they really come, we'll just kill them. If they're afraid of sacrifice and death, then don't start a war. Just let the catacombs powerhouses enter the human world. We can escape to outer space together. How great is that? Nan Yunhua frowned and said, General Tian, I know what you mean. What I mean is we shouldn't excessively provoke these catacombs powerhouses and monsters now. Nan Yunhua was not a coward. She had gone on countless expeditions when she was only one step away from rank 9 Paragon. However, in Capital City, including the entire human race, the current mainstream thinking was to delay the war until the last moment, to buy time for humans. Tianmu sneered and said, What do you know? One look and I know that you're a boor who only knows how to fight and not use your brain. Tianmu. Nan Yunhua was furious. Do you really think that I can't do anything to you? Tianmu laughed dryly and said, Habit. Go on. What I mean is, we can't show weakness blindly. This won't do. Actually, what I mean is, if necessary, we should fight a big war. Tianmu's eyes turned cold and sharp. He said in a low voice, Blindly showing weakness will only make people think that humans can be bullied, destroyed, and humiliated. The weak have no diplomacy. This saying is universal. It's useless for you to keep thinking about delaying. You must hurt the other party and let them know how strong we are. You must know that we are not afraid of a life and death struggle. Only then can you delay the other party. Without absolute confidence, they won't dare to start a full-scale war. Therefore, I've already suggested to the military department. Of course, that was before. Previously, I suggested that after the Tianan catacombs open, we gather a large number of senior powerhouses, including us military martial artists, and kill our way in. We'll kill until rivers of blood flow. Now, I would like to suggest that we don't wait for the Tianan catacombs. We do it in the Magic City catacombs. While the demons are not on good terms with them, before both sides have yet to negotiate, let's do it big. Completely annihilate Skygate City and East Sunflower City. The Monster Plant Clan has 6 of the 13 cities in the catacombs. After destroying these 2 cities, there are still 4 cities left. In for a penny, in for a pound. Destroy them all. There are still a few seniors keeping watch in the depths of Mount Royal Sea. This time, let the seniors stop the other party. Let them show their fighting stance and scare the other party. If they can't be scared, then we'll go all out. Even if 1 or 2 of us die, we must scare them and shock them. Martial artists of my generation would rather die standing than live kneeling. It depends on whether these seniors dare to go all out for once. Everyone was shocked. Nan Yunhua gritted her teeth. After a while, she said, Once a full-scale war is triggered, can you, Tianmu, bear the responsibility? Tianmu said, lightly, I don't know. Who knows if I'll still be around when that happens? But this is not the way to go. Our hands and feet are always tied, unable to go all out. You, Nan Yunhua, can kill the Skygate City Lord. You're also a rank 9. You're not a paragon, but do you dare to kill him? You don't dare. But he dares. If he's stronger than you, he dares to kill you. Nan Chongsheng, we've had enough of these days. Why can Capital City's catacombs enjoy peace for so many years? Kill until they're afraid of the other party. Yes, we've also lost people, but the other party has lost even more. If we beat them until they're afraid, then we'll naturally welcome peace. Nan Yunhua sighed. But now Capital City has erupted in war again. I know, but at least we've welcomed decades of peace. After decades, we've also stabilized our defense line. Disregarding other places, the probability of Capital City being breached is extremely small. What's there to be afraid of? Tianmu chuckled. That's why I want to do it in Magic City once. If we win this time, Magic City might be able to have a few years of peace. Coincidentally, this kid Fong Ping has found an opportunity for me. It's normal for people to die. How can there be no war without people dying? It's not like we're playing house. But if we die, the other party will die too. We're not afraid, but I don't believe that they won't be. What's East Sunflower City? We've been fighting on the battlefield for hundreds of years, if it's long, and decades, if it's short. These guys who haven't fought many battles dare to fight us? What a joke. If it wasn't for my scruples, Old Fan would have blocked the rank 9. I would have brought people to kill all their middle and low-ranked martial artists. Let's see how big of a storm they can create by leaving a few high ranks behind. General Tian, Zhang Weiyu said softly, you have to think twice about this matter. You have to understand that every rank 9 paragon is the backbone of humanity. 2 years ago, because of Senior Yang's death, the war in Tian'an broke out. If another senior dies this time, then it'll be a catastrophe. Tianmu's tone was sinister. If we wait any longer, it'll also be a catastrophe. Everyone, we still have to think about this matter at length. Ko Bianjiang interrupted from the side, saying softly, let's think about it again. As for the current decision, we still have to wait for the central and the military department's reply. As for Fong Ping's matter, it doesn't affect the overall situation. Don't worry too much about it. Ko Bianjiang made up his mind. Tianmu pursed his lips and said, I think this kid is not bad. Well done. He's much more useful than you rank 9s. As he said that, Tianmu glanced at Fong Ping. At this moment, Fong Ping was grinning at him. Old Tian thinks so highly of me and praises me so much. I'll be embarrassed and proud. Tianmu was stunned for a moment. He was stunned. Everyone else was stunned too. After a while, Tianmu suddenly said, did he hear it? Fong Ping's expression changed. Tianmu suddenly reached out and grabbed him, saying furiously, bastard, were you eavesdropping? Fong Ping looked confused. He shook his head and said, no. Get lost. Tianmu was furious. Nan Yunyue and the rest looked annoyed too. It was embarrassing. It was not that Fong Ping eavesdropped. What was the big deal? The point was, it was really F*King embarrassing. They had set up a mentality barrier. How could they be eavesdropped? Fong Ping seemed to have realized that he had been exposed. His expression changed. He laughed dryly and said, I'm a golden bone. Mentality doesn't seem weak. I heard it accidentally. The rest of you can continue. Continue. Don't mind me. All the Grandmaster's expressions darkened. How embarrassing. How F*King embarrassing. The conversation of 3 rank 9s, a few rank 8s, and so many rank 7s had been eavesdropped by a rank 5 martial artist. What the hell? Their faces were almost swollen from being slapped. However, after a while, Zhang Weiyu suddenly said, there's something wrong with this kid. Nan Yunyue also frowned. He shielded his aura just now. We ignored him directly. It was not that Fong Ping's mentality was strong enough to penetrate the mentality barrier they had set up. It was that this guy did it on purpose. He purposely hid his aura and penetrated the mentality barrier. They did not notice it. If it were not for this kid's silly grin, they would not have paid attention to him. Nan Yunyue suddenly said, he has been to Skygate City. He might have gone deep into Skygate City. Maybe he even unleashed the aura of Vice-Chancellor Wu's divine weapon. What a cunning kid. The corner of Fong Ping's mouth twitched. Zhang Weiyu said sinisterly, he's very capable. Since he's so capable, then the intelligence gathering in the future belongs to you. Forget it. Tianmu suddenly curled his lips and shook his head. Do you want him to start a few more wars? If you're not ready, you should just give up on this idea. Zhang Weiyu was speechless. What he said made sense. If he let this kid collect intelligence, He was afraid that before the intelligence arrived, humans would already be at war with the catacombs. Fang Ping laughed dryly and asked carefully, Grandmasters, do we have many rank 9 Paragon powerhouses in Sino Nation? Everyone said nothing. What about the catacombs? What's the situation over at the restricted area? Has Monster Life and the Monster Plant Clan reached an agreement and joined forces? The catacombs geniuses are all in the restricted area. Why aren't they coming back? How is the relationship between the monsters and plants in the catacombs cities? Humans are really no match for them. Is there no hope at all? If they escape, is there a space suitable for humans to live in? Are there still any living immortals in our Sino Nation's legends? Guardian Zhang said that Senior Yang has fallen. Does it mean that Sino Nation's Paragon powerhouses have fallen? Fang Ping had a stomach full of doubts. He took the opportunity to ask them. In this place, one of the 3 ministers and one of the 4 guardians, a rank 9 powerhouse, were here. Fang Ping felt that they must know a lot of top-secret information. Eavesdropping earlier was actually to understand more high-level information. He did not expect to be praised so much that he could not help but expose himself. Also, Wu Quishan, Huang Jing, and the rest were here too. Were these old men hiding something from him? Powerhouse's words could not be trusted. He had fooled others too many times. Now Fang Ping suspected that these old men might have been fooling him too. Perhaps these fellows knew the inside story. After he asked for a while, Zhang Weiyu shook his head gently and said, You will know what you should know. You don't have to find out what you shouldn't know. Fang Ping sighed and said, The key is that I plan to go to the restricted area for a while. If I don't find out, I won't know what to do when I go. Silence, deathly silence. After a long time, Wu Quishan said, Don't worry, I will watch over him. The catacombs, I won't let him in for the time being. Just now, he refuted what Nan Yunhua said directly. Now, Wu Quishan felt that it was time to blacklist him. This kid was not crazy, was he? He wanted to go to the restricted area. Even Tian Mu could not help but hit his head, sighing, Don't let him in for the time being in Magic City catacombs. I only want to fight in 7 Southern Territory. I don't want to fight my way into the restricted area. Fang Ping laughed dryly and said, Seniors, I was just joking. You all took it seriously. Everyone looked at him one after another, then looked at the rank 9 pressure that had yet to disperse in the distance. You're joking. We really don't dare to take it seriously. If you really went to the restricted area and stirred up trouble again, none of these people here have the ability to clean up after you. In Magic City catacombs, Wu Quishan could still hold on a little. When the restricted area's top-notch powerhouse came out, Wu Quishan was defeated instantly. You don't lack resources. Cultivate well and get lost. Wu Quishan kicked him away. He did not really want to see Fang Ping now. He even pitied Huang Jing a little. Would this old man be so scared that he peed his pants? No wonder when he saw him earlier, he did not say a word. His face was dark, even uglier than when he lost his divine weapon. Today, there were only dozens of rank 9 pressure. If one day Fang Ping provoked a rank 9 paragon, everyone would cry. No, it was only dozens of rank 9 pressure. Wu Quishan suddenly shuddered. He was only a rank. Why would he have such a thought? Chapter 448. Wu Quishan felt that he had inflated. Fang Ping was even more inflated than him. After being kicked away by Wu Quishan, Fang Ping took the opportunity to pinch Qin Fengqing's big bald head. Qin Fengqing's eyes were fierce. This guy was not easy to deal with. Now that he had the energy stones, if Fang Ping still dared to bully him, he would fight back. However, When he saw Fong Ping stuffing 100 honing fruit into his pocket, Qin Fengqing suddenly laughed and stuck his head out. It's okay. Feel as much as you want. Oh, right. Do you want to collect fees on time? 1 per minute? Mother asterisk cur. Everyone around them cursed. Where was his backbone? Beat him up. He had lost the 100 honing fruit, yet he still wanted this kind of food. How embarrassing. Throw it. Everyone roared in their hearts. If he lost it, it would not be embarrassing if they picked it up. Qin Fengqing was obviously not that kind of person. What a joke. One was worth thousands of credits. Most importantly, it could not be bought. Only an idiot would throw it away. So what if he touched his big bald head? It was not a big piece of meat. However, this guy had a score in his heart. After Fong Ping touched it, for about 10 seconds, he could not take it anymore. He shook his head and flung Fong Ping's hand away. If he touched it again, he would have to collect fees. Fong Ping could not help but laugh. He did not continue tormenting this guy. He turned his head and looked at the grandmasters beside him, laughing and scolding. Were these people really that relaxed? Dozens of rank. 9 auras filled the air. Once a war broke out and involved Hope City, would these people retreat? Today, the grandmasters standing here had probably come with the determination to die. Tianmu scolded Nan Yunyue. Was Nan Yunyue really a coward? If she was really afraid, she would not have come. She was known as the number 1 person below rank 9 paragon. So what? How many rank 9s could she handle? 3 or 5? Behind them was the passageway to the human world. It was Magic City, with a population of tens of millions. If the situation changed, others could leave, but could they? Set the battlefield in the catacombs. This was a philosophy that had never changed for hundreds of years. Magic City's catacombs was different from Tiannan's catacombs. Tiannan's catacombs could be sealed, and Magic City's catacombs passageway had been stable for many years. Even if it could stir up energy and cause chaos, it would calm down in 3 to 5 days at most. Under such circumstances, these grandmaster powerhouses came with the determination to die. Seeing these youths making a ruckus, Wu Quishan chuckled and said, "This brat better maintain his lead and be overtaken by others the next day. Qin Fengqing is not a pushover. He will be beaten to death sooner or later." Tianmu also said with a smile, "He deserves to be beaten to death, but it's a little difficult." Fong Ping improved too quickly. It would not be easy for Qin Fengqing to surpass him. As he spoke, Tianmu suddenly said dejectedly, "These people are the backbone of humanity. He dares to fight, and is not afraid to fight. Unfortunately, we didn't give them too much time to grow." Tianmu was sad for a moment, but he quickly regained his composure. He smiled and said, "Let them leave first. There's no point in staying here." Nan Yunyue and Zhang Weiyu both nodded. It was indeed useless for these people to stay here. If the battle really broke out, they would instantly be turned into meat paste. At the side, Su Mafu said in a low voice, "Great General, the army will not retreat until the war begins." Tianmu looked at the murderous army in the city and suddenly said with a smile, as expected of the Chinese army, "Very good, then leave them for last. But those who are middle-ranked and below, leave first. There's no need to stay." "Great General, listen to my order." Tianmu growled. Su Mafu immediately stood up straight. "Only martial artists who are middle-ranked and above from the military department remain in the city. The rest of you start to leave." "Yes." Su Mafu said no more. Military orders must be obeyed. At this moment, Tianmu was also the military department powerhouse with the highest rank. Since he had given the order, they had to leave. Su Mafu went to make arrangements. In the city, the voices of the military powerhouses rang out. Non-members of the military department, please gather in the square and leave in an orderly manner. All personnel carry out the order. Gather quickly. On the city wall, some of the non-military department martial artists were somewhat unwilling and dejected. Fang Ping, on the other hand, walked to the side of the monster's carcass. He lifted the carcass and turned to walk down the city. Someone said unhappily, "Fang Ping, you're just going to leave like this?" Fang Ping smiled as he walked. "I can't help it. I'm too weak. There's no point in staying." As he said that, Fang Ping added, "I know that some people think that I'm responsible. All right, I won't argue, but there's really no point in staying at this time." Having said that, Fang Ping turned his head to look at the grandmasters standing upright on the city wall. He chuckled. "It's best if they don't fight. If they do, let me see 18 grandmasters. If one dies when my cultivation is higher, I'll kill a supreme king and bury him with everyone. That. I'll leave first. Grandmasters, please take it easy. If I really die, I'm just bragging. They might not take it seriously. Get lost." Tianmu scolded. He chided with a smile. "Are you cursing us?" "No. I'm just afraid that I'll be scolded if you guys really die." Fang Ping chuckled. "Please don't die. Otherwise, I won't have a good time. There'll be trouble later. Seniors, please take it easy. When it's time to act like a coward, do it. If you really can't do it, throw the vice-chancellor out to be the scapegoat. I'll avenge the vice-chancellor later." Wu Quishan's expression darkened. He glared at him fiercely. Fang Ping laughed dryly. "Vice-chancellor, don't be angry. I'm just joking. But don't worry. I'll definitely help you kill that old thing, Skygate City Lord. It'll happen sooner or later. Also, if you don't go back, I'm preparing to become the vice-chancellor in a few days. Get lost." Wu Quishan scolded. This kid's words were really hurtful. Fang Ping grinned. He carried the monster and walked down the city without looking back. The others kept quiet and followed him down the city. They walked all the way until they reached the passageway square. Fang Ping turned his head to take a look. At this moment, there were more than 10 figures standing upright on the city walls. They were like towering mountains. What kind of backbone of humanity are we? Fang Ping laughed self-deprecatingly. He muttered, "You guys are?" These people were the true backbone of humanity. In their lives, they had fought everywhere. How many injuries had they suffered, and how much blood had they shed? Compared to them, killing a few middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists was better than nothing. I can't do anything today, but it doesn't mean I'll be the same in the future. Fang Ping murmured in his heart. He suddenly perked up and laughed. Let's go, let's go. The catacombs one-day tour is over." The next moment, Fang Ping stepped into the alloy house and into the vortex. Outside the passageway, everyone walked out in silence. The gatekeeper also knew that something had happened in the catacombs. He quietly watched everyone leave. However, in the next moment, the gatekeeper suddenly looked terrified. He shouted, "Kill!" "Don't!" Fang Ping's voice came hurriedly, and the gatekeeper abruptly stopped what he was about to do. Behind the door, Fang Ping stuffed the monster carcass out and sighed. "The door is too small. Next time, it should be bigger. I only killed a rank 7 monster and brought it back. If I bring a rank 9 back next time, won't I not be able to come out?" The gatekeeper was still in a daze. After a while, he said uncertainly, "Fang Ping, it's me. This is the monster carcass." "Nonsense." The gatekeeper was speechless. "Did you think I didn't recognize it? The point was, you've only been in for a day. How did you get a monster carcass out?" At this moment, Fang Ping had almost stuffed the monster carcass out. He laughed and said, "It's like this. When I entered the catacombs this time, I happened to encounter a battle between monsters and catacombs powerhouses. Hundreds of high-ranked monsters died. I picked one up randomly. Uncle, do you believe me? The gatekeeper was about to explode. Fong Ping laughed dryly. I'm just joking. I won't say much about it. You can ask the others. I'll go back first. Before he finished speaking, another person walked out of the alloy house. It was a powerhouse from the military department. Without caring whether Fong Ping and the others were present or not, the powerhouse in military uniform said, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing are not allowed to enter the catacombs in the near future. Inform the other catacombs entrances. These two are not allowed to enter without the military department's permission. The ban had really come. This was something that the powerhouses had just thought of. They had to be careful. If Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing went to other catacombs now and caused such a disturbance, the Sino nation's powerhouses would not be enough. Even if they wanted to cause trouble, they had to wait until the Magic City catacombs had calmed down. When the powerhouses had time, then they could do it. Otherwise, if another catacombs were to riot, they would collapse too. The gatekeeper was stunned, not allowed to enter the catacombs. There was such an order. Fong Ping sighed. Why did they have to do this? Was Fong Ping someone who did not see the big picture? This was an accident. Really an accident. The Jiao did it. I went in this time just to dig for a mine. Who knew that so many things would happen? He felt wronged, but Qin Fengqing felt even more wronged. He said innocently, this has nothing to do with me, right? I only raided a rank 8 monsters lair. I didn't even find anything at the Jiao's place. Why are you banning me from entering? Cough, cough, cough. Everyone suddenly coughed. Fong Ping said in a daze, you even raided the Jiao's house. Qin Fengqing scolded, don't mention it. That guy was just a pauper. The poorest monster I've ever seen. It had nothing. Fong Ping was speechless. Nonsense. If it wasn't poor, it wouldn't have robbed Skygate City. That's true. Next time we look for a target, we can't look for one like this. Next time, I don't know when. If we don't solve the Magic City catacombs, we'll be blacklisted for life. That's true. Qin Fengqing looked regretful. He said, it's okay. I'll cultivate first. After this, I'll be rank 5. Next time I go in, I'll stay for a few more days. I won't come out. The two of them chatted enthusiastically. The gatekeeper's expression changed again and again. He glanced at the man in the military uniform. The man in the military uniform felt a headache coming. He nodded slightly. Don't look at me. These two fellows were really big scourges. They went in for a day and turned the Magic City catacombs upside down. The ban was also real. These two fellows were not allowed to enter for a short period of time. Fong Ping and the others did not stay here for long. At this moment, people were still leaving one after another. In addition, he was carrying the monster's carcass. Many people were looking at him along the way. Fong Ping did not walk outside. Instead, he went straight to the underground passageway and walked toward MCMAU. McMao. Fong Ping and the others are back. Fong Ping came back with a complete rank 7 monsters carcass. He came back with hundreds of billions worth of energy stones. When Fong Ping and the others came out of the passageway, the southern area was in an uproar. The students and instructors of the southern area ran over to watch. Many instructors were stunned. Didn't these fellows just leave yesterday? What did they do? Did they rob the catacomb city again? No, the monster's lair? Old Man Li, who had just arrived, saw that everyone had returned safely and breathed a sigh of relief. Then he suddenly grabbed the monster's carcass and turned to leave. Fong Ping said hurriedly, Instructor, this isn't mine. It's Vice Chancellor Huang's. I know. Old man Lee's face was full of indignation. Then he said indignantly, if I knew it would be so easy and fast, I would have gone. Why did he have to do all this? It had only been a day. He would do it even if he had to exchange for a divine weapon a day. Previously, he thought that he would have to waste some time and delay his cultivation. That was why he gave the opportunity to old Huang, who knew that it would not delay him at all. Now, something had happened in the Magic City catacombs. The grandmasters in the school had all left. He had to go out and guard. After all, MCMAU was rich. It would be troublesome if someone took advantage of the situation. Easy? The instructors who had followed him back looked at each other. After a while, an instructor smiled bitterly. Dean Lee, if you go, I'm afraid it won't be easy. What? If Huang Jing can do it, why can't I? Old man, Lee was a little displeased. Do you really think nothing of me, a rank 8? Fong Ping chuckled. It's not hard, actually. Vice-Chancellor Huang only killed a rank 7 monster and fought with a rank 8 monster for a while. He met the Jiao along the way, and then went to destroy the Jiao's forest. It's nothing. Old man Li suddenly stopped talking. He stared at him for a while and humphed. I knew it wouldn't be anything good. Old Huang was excited enough this time, right? He did not need Fong Ping to say more. Just by listening to this, he knew that Huang Jing must have felt good this time. So good that his heart almost stopped beating. He glanced at the monster's corpse. Old man Li did not look at it for long. He felt like he was sour grapes. He said, a rank 7 is too low. I want a rank 8 divine weapon, at least. I'll give it to old Huang. As he said that, old man Li looked at Fong Ping again and said faintly, be careful. Fong Ping did not understand. What's wrong? Lu Fengru is about to come out of seclusion, probably in these 2 days. As Old Man Li spoke, he grinned and said, the last time you gave Old Man a huge pile of life essence, he wanted to chop you up. This time you gave old Huang a divine weapon. Kid, I'm afraid you'll be beaten to death. She came out as a rank 7. You got a divine weapon, but you didn't think about her, hee. Fong Ping said innocently, I didn't kill it. Vice-Chancellor Huang killed it himself. Forget it. Even if old Huang could kill it himself, he wouldn't be able to bring it back. I know him well. Kid, you have some ability. It wasn't easy to bring this thing back. Anyway, old Huang must have profited. Old man, Li said a few words and laughed. Don't be afraid. Lu Fengru won't beat you to death. At most, she'll beat you up. You don't have to worry about your thick skin. Let's not talk about this. Come, let's go to the office and explain everything in detail. Right now, old Wu and the others are in the catacombs. It's best if nothing happens. Oh, right. What happened in the Magic City catacombs has nothing to do with you, right? Fong Ping shook his head quickly. Of course it has nothing to do with me. Chapter 449. South Side, small conference room. After listening to Fong Ping's story, Old Man Li mumbled, It really has something to do with you, kid. Fong Ping smiled bitterly. I didn't want to either. Luo Yichuan, who had just rushed over, sighed and said, Our entire life experience might not even be as rich as yours. What did this guy do this time? Killing rank 7 and rank 8 monsters had set off a standoff between the Forbidden Land and the city, causing such turmoil. As he spoke, Luo Yichuan continued, I'm just afraid that it might really affect Hope City. That would be troublesome. The principal and the rest are still down there. Old Manly shook his head and said, There's no other way. We can only bet that we won't be implicated. As he said that, Old Manly's expression changed slightly. Old Wu and the rest didn't say anything. If the war really breaks out, Shouldn't we make some preparations? On MCMAU's side, some students have left Magic City. Dean Lee this. Luo Ichuan wanted to say something, but hesitated. Fong Ping frowned and asked, Instructor, is there really no peak rank 9 in Magic City? There's a high probability of none. Old Man Lee sighed. If there really is, Old Wu and the rest should have retreated by now, leaving only a few rank 9s behind. When the time came, they would retreat while fighting and be prepared to retreat. If they really rushed out with a rank 9 paragon around, it would not be a problem to stop them and kill those guys who rushed out. But now, since even Old Huang and the rest have been left behind, it means that we can't let the other party rush out. There shouldn't be any rank 9 paragons in Magic City, or there might be other missions. They really can't spare any manpower at this moment. Currently, there were only 4 rank 9 paragons in Sino Nation on the surface. Everyone had important matters to attend to, so they might not be able to spare the time. Fong Ping said gloomily, Then it's best if we don't get dragged into this. I think those grandmasters stayed behind with the intention of fighting to the death. If something happens, I'll be in trouble. Even if something happens to them, it has nothing to do with you. Accidents happen everywhere, and no one can predict this. Fong Ping smiled bitterly. It's not this. I mean, I promised them that if one of them dies, I will kill a rank 9 paragon to avenge them. If all of them are dead, I will have to kill 18 of them. Instructor, do you think I can do that? Cough, cough, cough. Old Man, Lee was shocked beyond words. You're really something, kid. You even dare to brag. As they spoke, they suddenly looked outside at the same time in the direction of the energy room. A breakthrough? Old Man Lee mumbled and said quickly, Let's go. Lu Fengru seems to have broken through. The few of them didn't waste any more time and hurriedly got up and walked out. Energy room. At this moment, the sky above the energy room was filled with strange phenomena. Many people had gathered outside the shop. When Fong Ping and the others arrived, they happened to witness the process of the phenomenon appearing. A ring-shaped heaven, an earth bridge, slowly appeared in midair. Then, the ring-shaped heaven and earth bridge broke apart and became a long bridge. The bridge grew bigger and bigger. Gradually, it felt like it was covering the sky. Soon, 3 doors appeared above the bridge. The 3 illusory and real doors suddenly landed on the bridge. Fong Ping glanced at it and mumbled, A toll booth. Old Man, Lee was speechless. How did you think of that? However, this was not the end. Right at this moment, a phoenix cry suddenly rang out. Above the bridge, a fiery red phoenix suddenly appeared. Old Man Lee frowned slightly. Fong Ping asked in surprise, What is this? Spiritual energy materialization. Spiritual energy materialization. When rank 7 martial artists mentality first materializes, they will materialize what they want. Of course, they can't just do whatever they want. It's a kind of obsession, I guess. Human martial artists can materialize all kinds of things, but under normal circumstances, they are mainly weapons. If I were to materialize it, it would probably be a longevity sword. Catacombs martial artists, on the other hand, are guardian monster plants or monsters. Of course, it could also be something else. The more complicated the materialization, the more difficult it is to materialize. Of course, it's also more powerful. For example, some people can materialize a mountain. You can treat it as a real mountain. When the mountain comes crashing down, you can imagine how powerful it is. Of course, it's useless to have a false appearance. Otherwise, I can break a mountain no matter how big it is. Lu Fengru. That's strange. Why did she make a phoenix? Old Man, Lee was a little confused. Was there any use in making this thing? A phoenix might not be stronger than a weapon. Thinking of this, Old Man Lee said again, I thought she would materialize a big fist. How did it become this thing? As he said this, Old Man Lee's expression changed, slightly. The phoenix was not a complete materialized object. At this moment, a huge tree appeared in front of the phoenix. Skygate tree. Fong Ping recognized it. No, it's the Skygate City Lord's materialized object. Of course, it's just the Skygate tree. There's no difference. As Old Man Lee said this, the next scene surprised him again. The phoenix-like bird suddenly glowed blood red. Like a flame, it burned the big tree in an instant. The next moment, the big tree disappeared. Old Man Lee was a little shocked. F***CK. No wonder she can't achieve mentality-vitality fusion. This woman, her obsession is too strong. Fong Ping asked doubtfully, Instructor, what do you mean? Idiot, it's already a GIF. Don't you understand? Most materialized objects are like inanimate objects. They are not complicated at all and can be materialized easily. She made such a GIF. It's obvious that she wants to kill the Skygate City Lord. The more complicated the materialized object, the harder it is to materialize. The materialization of mentality is actually related to the strength of the vitality force and the strength of the mentality. Although her vitality is complete and her mentality is also very strong, her obsession is too deep. This idea is deeply ingrained in her mind. Mentality-vitality fusion is actually condensing the embryonic form. She made it so complicated. Of course she can't condense it. Old Man Lee shook his head continuously, looking speechless. He said, Women will always be women. Why make it so complicated? Why don't you just get a big fist and smash it into pieces with one punch? You even got a bird to burn. You're so free. Fong Ping was also speechless. It was not toward Lu Fengru, but toward Old Man Lee. Instructor, this breakthrough commotion is too awesome. My instructor is only a rank 7. You're a fake rank 8. It's not wrong to accuse you. Old Man Lee's expression was frighteningly ugly. He glared at Fong Ping, gritting his teeth. He explained, What do you know? She just broke through. She can't control her strength. Her mentality has just materialized. She can't control herself. I'm different. I have complete control over my own strength. Is that so? Fong Ping looked doubtful. He was in slight disbelief. Old Man Lee flew into a rage out of humiliation. He said angrily, Besides, we were in the catacombs. We were being hunted down. Could I have made such a big commotion? It's not that I couldn't. I was unwilling. As Old Man Lee said that, his heart was filled with hatred. When my mentality materializes, just you wait. I guarantee that the commotion I make will be even bigger than Lu Fengru's. Old Man Lee was about to explode. Fong Ping did not provoke him anymore. However, Fong Ping was still a little surprised that a rank 7 breakthrough could cause such a big commotion. At this moment, it was not over yet. The phoenix that had burned the big tree started flying on the bridge. Then, one of the 3 doors suddenly opened. The phoenix flew in. Fong Ping looked curious. Old Man Lee said nonchalantly, entering Sanjiao Gate to nurture. It's no big deal. You can do it too? Get lost. Old Man Lee cursed. He had not reached 1,000 hertz. Where could he get a materialized object to nurture? Cursing aside, Old Man Lee asked again, Do you know where the divine weapon is hidden? Sanjiao Gate. Yes. Old Man Lee nodded. At rank 7, the Sanjiao Gate can actually be opened. Unlike rank 6, you have to think of a way to continue sealing it when you open it. At rank 7 and above, you can open it freely. Within the Sanjiao Gate, there is a huge amount of power and energy. nurturing mentality, and nurturing the divine weapon are all possible. We don't have a specialized cultivation method for mentality. In reality, mentality might not be able to be specialized either. At rank 6, we rely on mentality vitality fusion to cultivate. At rank 7 and above, we can use the Sanjiao gate to nurture. Of course, the celestial bridge is also very important. Did you notice it just now? What? Idiot! The Sanjiao gate sits on the celestial bridge. That's why those with strong powers need their celestial bridge to be strong too. Otherwise, the celestial bridge won't be able to bear the weight of the Sanjiao gate. Then, they won't be able to unite. It's that complicated. Fang Ping continued to be confused. After thinking for a while, he said, "That materialized object is complicated. You said it's powerful. How powerful is it?" "It depends. Actually, it has something to do with the strength of one's mentality. Of course, the more complicated it is, the stronger the mentality. Lu Fengru is probably stronger than 1,000 hertz. Otherwise, she can't materialize it." "Oh," Fang Ping pondered and said, "The more complicated it is, the stronger it is? Why don't I make a mountain out of it?" "No, a mountain isn't considered powerful. How about I make a universe model?" Old Man Li snorted disdainfully. "Forget it. How do I put this? It's not that whatever you make will make it stronger. Instead, it's based on the degree of complexity and thoroughness. If I draw a circle and say it's a universe, it can smash the catacombs. Do you believe it?" "Is that so?" As Old Manly said that, he laughed and said, "Also, sometimes it's actually uncontrollable. Whatever you think in your heart, the deeper you think about it, it might be what it is." "You've met the NMEU Vice-Chancellor before, right?" Fang Ping nodded. Old Manly said softly, "His materialized object is NMEU's emblem." Later, he supplemented it bit by bit, wanting to make an NMEU school, but he didn't succeed. It's quite complicated. That's why he's not weak. What a pity. Unfortunately, before he could complete it, he died in the catacombs. Then what about our Vice-Chancellor Wu? A snake. Huh. A snake king materializes a snake. That's very normal. Fang Ping looked confused. He continued, "What about Vice-Chancellor Huang? That trash of his. It's too simple. A saber. Didn't you say that you also want to materialize a longevity sword?" Old Manly said disdainfully, "What do you know? My longevity sword is powerful, magnificent, and incomparably complex. That saber of his is like a fruit knife. How can it compare to mine?" "What about old Lu?" Fang Ping did not attack him. He did not think that the longevity sword was that beautiful. "A sword. It's also a trash sword. Cough, cough. Old Lu is old. Let's not talk about this." Fang Ping nodded. Beside him, Luo Yichuan's expression darkened. "Can the two of you shut up?" Fang Ping said again. "Then what should I materialize?" What you materialized is probably dog guts. Dog guts to the skies. How about I give you more guts?" Fang Ping was speechless. He did not think of himself. Instead, he thought of Fang Yuan. If my round face achieved rank 7, would he materialize a big golden ingot and then use the big ingot to smash people? The scene was too beautiful. Fang Ping dared not think about it. At this moment, Lu Fengru's breakthrough was also coming to an end. In the sky above MCMAU, there were also some powerhouses, auras. Old Man Li did not pay any more attention to Fang Ping. Instead, he soared into the sky and went to meet those people. These people were Magic City's Grandmaster powerhouses. Lu Fengru's breakthrough caused quite a commotion. These people sensed it and came over to see the situation. Fang Ping did not get involved. These were all high-ranked matters. He did not want to join in the fun. After waiting for a while, Lu Fengru walked out of the energy room's door with a calm expression. She raised her head and took a look. Soon, a few figures landed. They smiled and said, "Congratulations, Dean Lu." Lu Fengru nodded slightly. She did not look too happy. She said, "After so many years, I've finally broken through. I just broke through today. I won't keep you guys here. We'll talk later." The few grandmasters who rushed over did not stand on ceremony. They smiled one after another. Then they soared into the sky and left. After they left, Lu Fengru saw that many people were crowding outside. She said, "Disperse." The students had not left yet. Fang Ping jogged over with a smile and said loudly, "Congratulations, instructor, for entering the Grandmaster realm. MCMAU has another Grandmaster. Congratulations." Today is a grand celebration. All students in the school can receive 1 gram of cultivation-aiding energy stone for free. Count it on me. It's my treat. When he said that, Lu Fengru was stunned for a moment. This student of hers was not crazy, was he? Close to 7,000 students. 1 gram was 30 credits. That was 210,000 credits. This guy was not joking, was he? Not only was Lu Fengru stunned, but the students were also stunned for a moment. Receiving 1 gram of high-ranked energy stone for free, although 1 gram was not a lot for rank 3 and 4 martial artists. For those rank 1 and 2 martial artists, 30 credits was not a small amount, and it was from the whole school. This was really King rich and overbearing. The next moment, the entire southern area was filled with cheers. Everyone shouted, "Congratulations, Dean Lu, for entering the Grandmaster realm." "Thank you, President." Everyone was celebrating. Some instructors, on the other hand, looked at Fang Ping eagerly. More. The students had it, but what about us? Fang Ping pretended not to see it. The instructors were not weak. He could not give too little, but if he gave too much, did they really think that it was free? Although he had 2 million credits, he had to spend them sparingly. Resources should not be wasted. Lu Fengru had not come back to her senses when a big bald man suddenly rushed over, saying enthusiastically, "Dean Lu, you're too amazing. I wish you rank 7 today, rank 8 tomorrow, rank 9 postnatal, and break through every day." Qin Fengqing's tone was rapid. He was extremely enthusiastic, flattering her one after another. Lu Fengru frowned at him. Qin Fengqing laughed dryly, turning his head to look at Fang Ping. "I've flattered so much. You should give me some money too." Fang Ping could not be bothered with him. Lu Fengru ignored him too. She looked at Fang Ping and said, "When did you get so many credits?" As she said that, she did not wait for Fang Ping to reply and asked, "Where are the others?" It was not normal that Wu Quishan, Huang Jing, and the others did not come when she broke through. Vice Chancellor, and the others have all gone to the catacombs. All of them? Aha! Lu Fengru frowned again. After taking a few steps, she suddenly stopped and turned her head to stare at Fang Ping. "What rank are you?" "Peak rank 5. Lu Fengru's expression changed for a while. "When I went into closed-door cultivation, you were only early stage rank 5, right? It had only been a few days." "What's the date today?" Lu Fengru asked suddenly. She suspected that she had remembered the wrong date. "March 8th. March 8th? Lu Fengru frowned slightly. "March 8th, you're 10? This time it was Fang Ping's turn to be stunned. He glanced at her carefully. Had Lu Fengru gone dumb after closed-door cultivation? Of course it was 10 years. Was it 11 years? "Yes. I went into closed-door cultivation at the beginning of January. It's only been 2 months. 2 months." She came out of closed-door cultivation. Fang Ping had gone from early stage rank 5 to peak. Fang Ping chuckled. Instructor, not only that, I've actually condensed golden bones, forged half a golden body, and my mentality has reached 900 hertz. Lu Fengru's expression was uncertain. She patted Fong Ping lightly and nodded. Not bad. Although she said not bad, she did not go easy on him. She suspected that if she went into closed-door cultivation for a few more days, would this brat achieve rank 6 or even rank 7? It had only been 2 months. The feeling of things remaining the same, but people changing, was too strong. Moreover, this brat Fong Ping, why did he make it so clear? Was he afraid that she did not know his strength? Looking at the other students who were walking toward her, Lu Fengru suddenly felt a little sad. Fortunately, she had broken through. Other than the weakest Zhao Xuemei, the rest were actually rank 4. Even Zhao Xuemei had actually achieved upper stage rank 3. Was cultivation so easy now? Before she could finish lamenting, old man Li also walked over, smiling. Fengru, congratulations. Aha. Lu Fengru glanced at old man Li and suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. She said lightly, your mentality hasn't materialized yet. Finally, she found a fellow who had made average progress. Even if this old fellow's mentality was already 700 or 800 hertz, old man Li's tone was sluggish. I didn't offend you, did I? Why did you stab my heart? Since Lu Fengru took the initiative to stab his heart, he did not hold back anymore. He smiled and said, no rush, no rush. Oh, right, this brat Fong Ping, he made a divine weapon for old Huang. Old Huang is shaking now. Also, Fong Ping said he will make me a rank 8 divine weapon next time. Fengru, do you want it? Lu Fengru's expression was uncertain. Fong Ping, who was beside her, almost glared at old man Li. This old man was too much. Moreover, when did I say I would make you a rank 8 divine weapon? Seeing that Lu Fengru was about to explode, Fong Ping said immediately, Instructor, this time I went down to the catacombs and helped you blow up Skygate City. I killed 2 rank 7 chieftains and killed tens of thousands of Skygate martial artists. I even lured the Skygate city lord into killing 2 major beast kings. Although I didn't kill him, I taught him a lesson. Lu Fengru's expression changed slightly. She said in slight disbelief, Really? Of course. I'm definitely not lying. Fong Ping said it confidently. Lu Fengru looked at old man Li. Old man Li pursed his lips and said, He's just saying it. But it's true. It has nothing to do with him. What are you saying? I did it. If it wasn't me, it wouldn't have turned out like this. Fong Ping immediately claimed credit. This matter was 100% his doing. Lu Fengru's expression softened suddenly. She patted Fong Ping's head gently. Overflowing with motherly love, she said, It's been hard on you. Fong Ping had goosebumps all over his body. Old Lu, don't be like this. I can't take it anymore. Chapter 450. When Lu Fengru was gentle, it was especially frightening. They walked and chatted. When Fong Ping told her the details, Lu Fengru suddenly frowned. Wu Quishan has a divine weapon. Fong Ping said immediately, It's made from Skygate tree branches. Lu Fengru's expression was uncertain. Beside her, old man Li smiled and said, It's not that old Wu doesn't want to do it, he just didn't tell you. Lu Fengru tilted her head to look at him and said coldly, Why are you following us? Old man Li was speechless. He said gloomily, You broke through. And then, old man Li had forgotten what he wanted to say. What then? Now that you've broken through, even if I follow you, it doesn't seem to be of much use. But if you break through, you should at least make some noise, right? For example, having a meal to celebrate. After being targeted by Lu Fengru, Old Man Li suddenly looked at Qin Fengqing, who was following them silently. He scolded, "Qin Fengqing, why are you following us?" Qin Fengqing was dumbfounded. "Why are you picking on me? I'm easy to bully? Why are you bullying me?" There were so many people here. Zhao Xuemei, Chen Yunqi, Liang Fenghua, Yi Qing, Lu Mengyao, Liang Huabao. With so many people here, even if Fang Ping was not easy to bully, "Don't bully me." Fang Ping's stomach hurt from holding it in, but he forced himself not to laugh out loud. Qin Fengqing was sullen and unhappy. However, he still said, "I want to break through to the 5th rank." And then, Old Man Li did not seem to mind at all. "Just focus on your breakthrough." Qin Fengqing's heart was tired, and he explained, "I want to use energy essence to break through, which is to shatter all the source stones and condense the energy into liquid. The key is that the energy room cannot reach this stage, so I want to ask you and Teacher Lu to help me shatter the energy stones and liquefy the energy." Old Man Li's eyelids twitched. Were kids nowadays all so savage? You want to use this method to break through? Once again, Lu Fengru felt that she had fallen behind the times. Qin Fengqing was so poor, yet he was so extravagant. Qin Fengqing added, "I only have 6 caddies of high-grade energy stones. I don't know if that's enough." Fang Ping said exasperatedly, "Don't show off in front of us. I haven't even shown off my 2 million credits. Are you pretending to be rich in front of me?" Qin Fengqing felt wronged and said, "When did I pretend to be rich? I really don't think it's enough. You're always looking for trouble. Did I offend you?" "Shut up, you two," Lu Fengru scolded. She could not take it any more. "Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose?" Also, Fang Ping had just casually given away more than 200,000 credits. Did he have too much money to burn? But this kid brought back 2 million credits? Were credits calculated in units of 10,000 now? Why did he feel like he had missed out on so much in the past 2 months? Glancing at Qin Fengqing, Lu Fengru thought for a moment and said, "I need to stabilize my realm for a few days. I'll help you liquefy in a few days." "No need, no need. You go ahead with your work. Teacher Li, since you have nothing to do, help me with this." "I have nothing to do." Old Man Li swore. How could this kid talk like that? "I'm the biggest tycoon in the school now. How can I have nothing to do?" But thinking about it, it seemed like it was indeed nothing much. He could only say, "All right, all right, all right. I'll help you." Students nowadays already know how to order their teachers around. Do they still have any respect for their teachers? Qin Fengqing felt like he was being targeted. He said gloomily, "Fang Ping often orders me around too. That kid gives divine weapons, life essence, and energy stones. Are you going to do it?" Qin Fengqing sighed. Suddenly, that made sense. He would do it even if he gave him money. The poor were really pitiful. Putting aside their conversation, Lu Fengru saw that Old Man Li was still following them. She could not help but say, "Go help Qin Fengqing liquefy his energy stones. Don't follow me all the time." Old Man Li really wanted to vomit blood. Something was not right. "You've broken through to Grandmaster. Why don't you talk for a while? Talk about your breakthrough or what to do about the catacombs, or maybe talk about the Grandmaster banquet. You're chasing me away without saying anything." Helpless as he was, Old Man Li did not say anything. He sighed and said, "All right, I'm leaving. We'll talk later." Having said that, he grabbed Qin Fengqing's big bald head and walked toward the energy room. Fang Ping's big bald head was gone. Qin Fengqing still had it, but it did not feel as good as Fang Ping's. Still, he could make do with it for now. Looking at Qin Fengqing being dragged away by Old Man Li, Fang Ping felt some sympathy. Old Qin was really miserable. She had just finished sympathizing with Qin Fengqing when Lu Fengru's expression changed. "The next time you have a divine weapon, give it to me. Don't give it to that old thing." Fang Ping smiled bitterly. I will definitely give it to you. Do you really think this is cabbage? Just because you say there is? I don't have a divine weapon anymore, but do you want a living Jiao? Right under his nose. He could kill them at any time. At the same time, the Jiao's forest. The Jiao shook its huge head, continuing to plant trees while thinking, who dug its own shithole? The Jiao had returned to the Jiao's forest. Some people wanted money more than their lives. Some demons wanted money more than their lives. The matter between 100 Beasts Forest and Sky Gate City had not been resolved yet. The Jiao would rather die than stay in 100 Beasts Forest. Just as Fang Ping and the others left, the Jiao returned. It planned to continue planting trees, but for now, it would not invade Monsterwood City. Wait a little longer. When the two sides started fighting or making peace, it would take some time to plant the tree at the gate of Monsterwood City. If there was a war, they would be enemies. Planting trees didn't matter. If there was peace, Monsterwood City wouldn't dare to attack it. It didn't matter if it went overboard. It was just a pity that it couldn't enter the mining area for now. It turned its huge head to look at Hope City behind it. Chef was there. Chef could already condense celestiality. Should it find a chance to capture him? The Jiao thought about this and continued to shake its head. There were powerhouses there too. It would capture them when they met. The teacher's villa area. Villa number 8. Lu Fengru asked briefly about what happened in the past 2 months. When she heard that Fang Ping was attacked before the year, killed a peak rank 6, extorted 2 major companies, and then entered the catacombs, it caused a chain reaction. Lu Fengru felt that this guy's ability to stir up trouble was boundless just by listening. Fang Ping continued to complain, I didn't actually want to touch Sky Gate City before. I wanted to go to Monster Sunflower City to take a look. Who knew that it would turn out like this? At first, I thought that after you and Instructor Tang had broken through, we would become stronger and lure the people from Sky Gate City out. Kill a few, injure a few, the seriously injured ones, then let the Sky Gate tree heal them. I'll go steal the life essence. Now that this has happened, I don't know if I still have a chance. When he said this, Chun Yunxi and the others were speechless. Fang Ping was so bold. He had been thinking about Sky Gate City for a long time. Lu Fengru smiled more gently, nodding. There's still a chance. Of course, the life essence isn't important. It doesn't matter if we have it or not. There's no need to take the risk. But luring their rank 7 and 8 martial artists out and killing them all is still doable. I've broken through now. Together with Wu Quishan and Li Changsheng, the 3 of us will be enough to deal with the remaining rank 7 and 8 martial artists. As for that old B** starred, Lu Fengru said in a low voice, he has a divine weapon? Yes, rank 9. He hit it very well. Lu Fengru calculated. After a while, she said, Wu Chuan still owes my father a favor. It shouldn't be a problem to ask him to hold them off for a while. Find a chance to kill the other high ranks in Sky Gate City. Now that she had also entered rank 7, her strength had increased greatly. She had also begun to plan for revenge. However, she thought differently from Fang Ping. Fang Ping wanted all of MCMAU to go. Lu Fengru, on the other hand, only considered the few people she mentioned. Wu Quishan had to go. Li Changsheng also had a deep grudge against the other party. As for Huang Jing and Lu Polu, she did not plan to ask them. She did not plan to ask others for help when it came to matters of personal vengeance. Fang Ping did not say much. He smiled and said, This matter is not urgent now. Instructor, stabilize your realm first. Also, I can't enter the catacombs now. I've been banned. Fang Ping sighed. The military department won't let me enter the catacombs. The corner of Lu Fengru's eye twitched. This sounded like a joke. The military department wouldn't let martial arts university martial artists enter the catacombs. She had learned something new today. All right, she could understand. This kid's ability to stir up trouble was not something an average person could handle. It was hard to say what was going on in the Magic City catacombs now. Fang Ping continued. Oh, right, instructor, when things are settled in the Magic City catacombs, let's take some time to organize a Grandmaster banquet. There's no need. There's a need. Fang Ping said immediately, this is great news. Including you and old Li, the number of Grandmasters in MCMAU has really reached 5, which is the same as CCMAU. However, on the surface, the 2 of us rank 8s are slightly stronger than them. They only have 1 rank. 8. Lu Fengru glanced at him. After thinking for a moment, she said, do you really think that MCMAU can grow to that stage? Fang Ping had invested a lot of energy in MCMAU. However, Lu Fengru felt that MCMAU might not be able to provide much help to Fang Ping. These martial artists who were only rank 1 and 2 now, could they grow to that stage? Fang Ping smiled. Everything is possible. I don't think anything is impossible. Right now, everyone is growing very fast. MCMAU's pills and energy stones are now being supplied freely. In the future, if we get some life essence or energy fruits like the 100 honing fruit, everyone's speed will increase. After that, we'll go down to the catacombs and hone our combat techniques and actual combat experience. Even if we can't enter Grandmaster in a short time, middle-ranked won't be difficult. If we really nurture tens of thousands of middle-rank powerhouses, we can go back and build a few large-scale weapons like the siege crossbow. Middle-ranked martial artists can be used as charging energy. I think it's not impossible to shoot high-ranked martial artists. We can't do it now because there are too few middle-ranked martial artists. The military department can't afford to waste time. Middle-ranked martial artists might not be effective in a battle between powerhouses. However, there were too many of them. If there were thousands of middle-ranked martial artists acting as bloodstain masters, and the crossbow arrows were made of high-quality alloys, they might be able to kill high-ranked martial artists. Moreover, in a situation where the number of powerhouses was equal, these middle-ranked martial artists could also play a very big role. If they killed all the martial artists on the other side and left some high-ranked martial artists empty, would these high-ranked martial artists continue fighting? When that time came, they might have to retreat and increase the living space for humans. Up to you. Lu Fengru did not say anything else. She would let Fang Ping do whatever he wanted. As for the Grandmaster banquet, if he wanted to organize it, then he would organize it. She had no objections. After chatting with Fang Ping for a while, Lu Fengru discussed the cultivation issues with the other students. Halfway through, Fang Ping gave each of them 100 honing fruit. In the end, each of them wrote an IOU. Lu Fengru felt a headache coming on. Was this necessary? Fang Ping felt that it was necessary. When handing out the fruits, he made it clear you have to pay back what you owe. If you don't, then work to pay off the debt. When to pay back the debt could be discussed. However, between giving and borrowing, Fang Ping felt that borrowing was better. At this moment, he already had many IOUs. A few of his seniors, Qin Fengqing, Lu Dali, and Wu Zhihao all had IOUs in his hands. After receiving the IOUs from Liang Fenghua and the others, Fang Ping chuckled. Later, I'll ask Instructor Li to write an IOU for me too. Sooner or later, when I meet a martial artist, I'll be his creditor. Everyone did not know whether to laugh or cry. Fang Ping's dream was very grand. When that time came, was he not afraid that everyone would not return it? As if he could read everyone's minds. Fong Ping grinned. No, it's fine. If you can beat me, then you don't have to ask for the debt. If you can't, then you have to pay me back. After chatting for a while, everyone had dinner together at night. A few female martial artists. None of them knew how to cook, including Chen Yunxi. Fong Ping felt a little regretful. What a pity. Even if they did not have to eat, they still had to cook. Because of that, he could only ask the cafeteria to send food over. However, it was understandable. Martial artists were too busy. They did not even have time to cultivate. Who would put effort into cooking? On the 8th of March, MCMAU Lu Fengru broke through to rank 7. This incident caused a stir in all the worlds. MCMAU had another grandmaster. At this point, the number of MCMAU grandmasters had reached 5. As for Lu Fengru, she entered the grandmaster rank very quickly. There were a total of 1,600 people in the global rank 7 ranking. However, that was before. Recently, there were some changes in the ranking. Some people broke through, and some people died. At this moment, the rank 7 ranking was no longer a whole number. There were only 1,598 people. This meant that there were fewer rank 7 breakthroughs than those who died. Of course, there were also people who entered rank 8. At this moment, the number of rank 8 powerhouses was no longer 525, but 526, one more than before. When Lu Fengru entered the ranking, she was not the last rank 7. As soon as she entered the ranking, she entered the 1,350th place. In the Sino Nation rank 7 ranking, there were a total of 320 powerhouses. Lu Fengru was ranked 296th. Once she broke through, she surpassed more than 20 grandmasters. This was also a recognition of Lu Fengru's ability. When she broke through, the scene of the phoenix burning a tree appeared. Moreover, the celestial bridge seemed to have changed a little. It had a golden luster. Some powerhouses who rushed over earlier also noticed it. All this meant that Lu Fengru's ability might be stronger than her ranking. In a short period of time, MCMAU gained 2 new grandmasters after the fall of the old vice-chancellor. This was still a lot of attention. At this moment, the matter of Wu Quishan's divine weapon had not spread. However, this matter would probably be revealed soon. Wu Quishan's ranking would also rise. In addition, rank 6 Tangfeng had been in closed-door cultivation recently. It was likely that he was also aiming for the Grandmaster rank. With this, MCMAU's limelight was even greater. In the eyes of ordinary people and martial artists, the ones who were in the limelight were these Grandmaster powerhouses and quasi-Grandmaster powerhouses. In the eyes of the higher-ups, the one who was in the limelight was still Fong Ping. A rank 5 martial artists stirred up the Magic City catacombs. Several rank 19ths were at daggers drawn. When he left the catacombs, he even brought back a complete monster and a large number of energy stones. The commotion Fong Ping caused was even greater than Lu Fengru's breakthrough to rank 7. At least in the Grandmaster realm, almost everyone knew Fong Ping. He was also the first righteous martial artist to be banned from the catacombs in so many years. As for Qin Fengqing, everyone did not pay too much attention to him for now. Qin Fengqing was also a wily old fox. However, no matter how strong Qin Fengqing's ability to cause trouble was, he was still slightly weaker than Fong Ping. Qin Fengqing, who was ignored, did not have time to care about this. March 9th, Qin Fengqing swam freely in the energy liquid and completed his transformation. Energy room. Qin Fengqing laughed maniacally. I've become a mutated martial artist. 6 caddies of energy stones, 90,000 credits. According to the previous value, it was as high as 7 billion in funds. It was too extravagant for a rank 4 martial artist like him to use it to break through to rank 5. When he used up the energy stones, even Old Man Lee felt sorry for him. However, under such a huge consumption of energy, this brat actually managed to create something for him. At this moment, the celestial bridge that appeared in front of Qin Fengqing was different from everyone else's. The average person's was ring-shaped. Feng Ping's was a round pancake. As for Qin Fengqing, what he made was a ball. A solid ball. The kind that even glowed. Outside the cultivation room, Feng Ping looked for a while and mumbled, "Can you guys see it?" Everyone looked at him. Feng Ping ridiculed, "Baldy, is this guy addicted to it?" As if shaving his head wasn't enough, he even made the celestial bridge bald. Puffed. Everyone could not help but laugh. They did not expect it at first. After Feng Ping said it, everyone looked for a while. It did look a little like Qin Fengqing's big bald head. Laughing aside, Old Man Lee said, "I feel that the energy concentration is not low. If that's the case, can it really be artificially mutated?" Feng Ping smiled bitterly. 6 caddies of energy stones for a rank 4 breakthrough. Even if it can be mutated, so what? MCMAU is considered the richest among the martial arts universities, right? After so many years of accumulation, including the few times I got a lot, but how many high-ranked energy stones do we have? Altogether, it's not even 500 caddies. According to him, 100 rank 4 martial artists will deplete our family's resources. What about the others? The instructors don't cultivate anymore. The lower 3 ranks martial artists don't cultivate anymore. This kind of consumption can only rely on everyone or their family's support. Teacher, tell me how many people in rank 4 can do this? Don't talk about rank 4. Those without grandmasters in their families can forget about this. Even if there are grandmaster powerhouses, I don't think they can afford it. Yunqi, does your grandfather have so many cultivation-aiding energy stones? Chen Yunqi nodded and said, "He does. Grandfather said to bring some over in a few days." Feng Ping's eyelids twitched. "I'm just using you as an example. Your family really has some." This old man Chen, Yaoting, must be crazy now. Even if he does have it, it's probably years of accumulation. Is he throwing money at Chen Yunqi's cultivation without a care for his life? They chatted enthusiastically outside the room. Inside, Qin Fengqing laughed wildly for a while. As he laughed, he suddenly said in despair, "I've become a mutated martial artist, but I have no money." Not only did he have no money, but he was also carrying a huge debt of 2 billion. That was not all. He was not even allowed to enter the catacombs. What was he going to do with his rank 5 cultivation? The next moment, a figure flashed across Qin Fengqing's mind. The real tycoon, Feng Ping. "I want to borrow money again. 5 billion, 10 billion. At most, I'll sell my body to pay the debt." If he borrowed too much, he might really have to sell his body. But at this moment, Qin Fengqing felt that this was something he could consider. The key was that he was afraid that the guy would not lend anymore. At this moment, Qin Fengqing could not be bothered to think about this. Very quickly, he remembered that he had broken through to rank 5 and was now the same rank as Ironhead Lee and the others. The more Qin Fengqing thought about it, the happier he was. Those guys who used to ride on top of him were now surpassed by him one by one, catching up to them. He was a martial artist with average talent. Before graduating, he had become a rank 5 martial artist. No one would have expected this, right? As for Feng Ping, this guy was a freak. Qin Fengqing temporarily gave up on catching up to him. As he thought about it, Qin Fengqing's sorrow turned into joy again. He laughed wildly. "I've caught up to Ironhead Lee. and Yao Chungjun. Wang Jinyang is only one rank higher than me. Soon. This guy was very smug, very arrogant. That kind of arrogance was almost undisguised. Outside the room, Fang Ping and the others could see him and hear him talking. Hearing this, Fang Ping chuckled. This guy is getting cocky. Old Man Li laughed. That's normal. It's not easy for him to catch up to Li Hansong and the others' progress. That's true. I wonder if Li Hansong and the others will feel pressured. Fang Ping laughed. As he spoke, his phone vibrated. The call was from Ironhead Li. Li Hansong was puzzled. His tone was not quite right. He asked, Fang Ping, you're a mutated martial artist too. I heard that you've condensed a golden bone. I have something to ask you. Say it. What's wrong? That. Anyway, it's a little strange. I was cultivating, yesterday. Suddenly, my body turned golden. What? I don't know either. Li Hansong felt very innocent. He said gloomily, everything was fine. I suddenly changed. My physical body suddenly showed signs of turning into a golden body. It can't be considered a complete golden body, but it's almost the same as a peak rank 5. Am I considered a peak rank 5 now? Suddenly changed? Yes. The corner of Fang Ping's mouth twitched. F***CK. You mutated martial artists. Are you kidding me? Looking at Qin Fengqing, who was still ecstatic, Fang Ping suddenly felt a little sympathy. How pitiful. I have the system. The ancient powerhouses are reviving. What do you have, Qin Fengqing? You made the celestial bridge bald. Do you think you're a mutated martial artist? The ignorant. How pitiful. Old Man Li heard Li Hansong's words too. He also looked at Qin Fengqing with pity. This kid was really pitiful. On the phone, Li Hansong was still asking if it would affect him. Would it cause any trouble? Would it affect his cultivation? He had achieved peak rank 5 in one day. He felt that it was a little too fast. He felt uncomfortable. He always felt that it was not a good thing to cultivate too fast. Fang Ping felt that it was necessary to record these words and play it for Qin Fengqing to hear. Did it hurt? Also, Ironhead Li had started to revive. What about the others? Why did they revive suddenly? Chapter 451. I wanted to say something, but I just don't know where to start. It's a bit messy now, so I'll just say whatever I want. First, I'll report the results. First in best-selling, 5th in monthly votes, 17,000 average subscriptions, 200,000 favorites, 200,000 brothers and sisters support has allowed Eagle to soar once more, allowing him to enjoy a feeling of awesomeness that he has never experienced before. Thank you. Celebrate. Show off. Pretend to be 13. 200,000 brothers and sisters. There are too many to list. Old Eagle is snobbish and will mention the names of a few big shots as representatives. Brothers, please don't blame us. In less than 5 months since the book was published, we have accomplished many things that we didn't even dare to imagine before. Especially today, when we completed the hegemony of the 100 Alliance competition, we felt that we were too awesome, bragging to the point where we became muddle-headed, powerless to write, and our ego inflated. These past 2 days have been a bit of a mess. The addition of dozens of Alliance leaders was truly beyond Old Eagle's expectations. Boss Huanyu gave silver, and Tong Tang, Shunlin 8, Pai Wu, and these other big shots also opened alternate accounts to reward Alliance leaders. Some of the big shots opened alternate accounts to reward Alliance leaders, but I'm not too sure. There were also many brothers who opened alternate accounts to subscribe, reward, and vote. This made Old Eagle feel a little nervous and pressured. Great Immortal Meng, Mysterious Book of Heavenly Tao, Zhang Weiyu, and these other brothers sent red packets and pulled people to reward. Actually, Old Eagle was under a lot of pressure, but He was still very grateful. Under the moon, Gilbert Hayfui goes to KK. A big meal, I think you love me, and these brothers gave 2 books to the Alliance. Once again, thank you. Miss Fragrant Book. I'm a talent, bookish taste, crazy rogue dad, Chin Huang Xiaotao, 658594, camel buried in the sand. The other brothers have been replaced by ellipses. Don't cry. These people had also followed Old Eagle from the beginning until now, and he always felt that they were carrying out an evil plan to raise him. In addition, there were a few administrators in the group. I won't mention names. They were all idiots. They had also joined the Alliance or given all their assets to reward, which made the pressure even greater. These guys went around promoting books every day, pulling people to reward and subscribe. He didn't know if he should give them a 50-cent red packet when the royalties were distributed. There was pressure, but there was also motivation. In short, that's how it was. In conclusion, he had to work harder and continue to struggle. One last bow to express our gratitude. At the same time, we will scatter some flowers. We are awesome. Everyone is awesome. Our 200,000 brothers and sisters are awesome. Ying is going to cry out for you guys. Gavin, something more. Pay the debt slowly. I'm afraid to see that word now. In the end, with a serious face, he said, don't reward anymore. We've gotten all the rewards. Thank you. Chapter 452. Outside the energy room. The call was still going on. Fong Ping asked a few questions and suddenly asked, have you been injured recently? I have. I was there during the capital city catacombs. Riot. You've revived the imperishable substance? What? Li Hansong didn't quite understand what was going on. There were some things that he did not know. The resurrection of ancient martial artists was a secret. MCMAU knew, because it was speculated by MCMU based on Fong Ping's situation. Wang Jinyang knew that Fong Ping told him. The others, including Wu Chuan, were actually half-guessing. The government would not disclose some things to the public, especially things that had not been confirmed yet. Fong Ping smiled. After you were injured, did you recover very quickly? Yes, this has something to do with the imperishable substance that you mentioned. Li Hansong's heart was thumping hard. He had a feeling that he was about to hear some secrets that could change his life. Fong Ping sighed softly. His voice suddenly deepened. Actually, I wanted to tell you a long time ago, but I thought that the past is the past. You guys haven't revived, so I shouldn't disturb you. Back then, I let you guys down. Forget it. Don't mention it. Some things should be left with the wind. Time flies. You guys have fought for me for a lifetime. In this lifetime, I can't drag you guys down anymore. Iron Head, let bygones be bygones. Fong Ping, Li Hansong was stuttering. He stuttered. Why don't I understand what you're saying? Back then, we haven't known each other for long, right? Let's not talk about this. You've only condensed half a golden body. It shouldn't be a big problem. Your skull has already recovered. You should be able to take it. Fong Ping said, oh, right, God of War. No, Wang Jinyang had some similar experiences. You can ask him. Also, don't ask about everything that happened back then. Jinyang isn't too clear about it. You guys don't have to get to the bottom of it. Fong Ping, what's going on? Li Hansong was about to explode. You're talking without a head or tail. I'm feeling extremely uneasy. It's nothing. It's really nothing. Iron Head, cultivate well. Fong Ping's tone was bleak as he said softly, I'm hanging up. If you need anything, you can look for me anytime, even if you have to go through fire and water. The blood you shed for me, I will never forget it. Fong Ping had already hung up. On the other end of the line, Li Hansong was exploding. What was going on? What was Fong Ping saying? Li Hansong felt as if he had stumbled upon a huge secret. but Fong Ping had cut it off right after he had started. This made him even more curious. After some thought, Li Hansong called Wang Jinyang. Even if Fong Ping did not say anything, Wang Jinyang might know something. He must dig this secret out. Let's not talk about Li Hansong calling Wang Jinyang. Old man, Li had a strange look in his eyes. He looked at Fong Ping deeply for a while. Are you trying to trick people again? Fong Ping said calmly, I didn't say anything. It has nothing to do with me. I really didn't say anything. I just casually chatted for a while. I didn't say anything about the heavenly court or the generals. As for what Li Hansong thinks, it has nothing to do with me. I politely asked him to come to me if he needed help. There weren't many good people like him who didn't ask for anything in return. Old man, Li almost choked to death. You're playing hard to get really low class. Kid, tell me honestly, is it true or not? Old man, Li was starting to doubt himself. Some things should not be thought deeply. If he did, it would really break him down. Were mutated martial artists resurrected from ancient martial artists? If they were, there were rumors in the martial arts world that the gods in the myths were actually martial powerhouses. The so-called gods were just the grandmaster level powerhouses of today. If they were resurrected, it might be these people who resurrected. If it was true, then there were too many unforeseen events. This included some ancient martial artist forces. Ancient martial artists also had leaders and power centers. Would there be conflicts with the government today? Fong Ping saw that old man, Li, was starting to doubt him. He suddenly said sheepishly, How would I know? You don't know? Old man, Li almost vomited blood. If you don't know, then you're spouting nonsense. If you don't know, then you dare to go around fooling people? Are you crazy, kid? Fong Ping saw that the others were also looking at him. He immediately lowered his voice and laughed dryly. I'm just speaking ambiguously. I'm trying to get some connections first. If they really resurrect one day, they'll kill you, Old man Li said impatiently. Fong Ping chuckled. That won't happen, right? Besides, if that day really comes, I might not be afraid of these people. But then again, these people seem to be resurrecting faster recently. I don't know if it's because of their injuries or because of their ranks. Right, have there been any mutated martial artists in the school recently? Old Manly shook his head. No, it seems like there aren't many mutated martial artists. As far as I know, there are only a few of us. Right, there's also an instructor in SCMU. Fong Ping thought about it. He was not surprised. If there were powerhouses resurrected, there might not be many. So many years had passed. No one knew which era these powerhouses were from. Who knew how many people had resurrected in the past? As he thought about it, Fong Ping suddenly said, This guy is already peak rank 5. Doesn't that mean he's catching up to me? Fong Ping suddenly frowned. He gritted his teeth. It seems like I can't slack off on my own cultivation. I don't lack resources too much recently. MCMAU doesn't lack resources either. I should focus on cultivation and strive to achieve rank 6 as soon as possible. It's just nice. I'll be quiet during this period. On one hand, I'm waiting for Magic City's catacombs to calm down. On the other hand, I'm waiting for Instructor Tang to break through. As for you, Fong Ping looked at Li Changsheng. He sighed and said nothing. His expression was disappointed. Old man Li's expression was frighteningly ugly. What's wrong with me? My mentality was not even at 500 hertz. Now, it's almost 800 hertz. This speed is so fast that many people can't achieve it in their lifetime. What, are you looking down on me? As old man Li flew into a rage out of humiliation, Qin Fengqing came out of the cultivation room. Qin Fengqing, who had come out, still had an arrogant look on his face. Fong Ping did not wait for him to speak. He said quickly, Li Hansong has achieved peak rank 5. Qin Fengqing opened his mouth. He could not close it immediately. After a while, he stammered and laughed dryly. Don't joke around. I'm not joking. Fong Ping shook his head. Beside him, Chen Yunqi nodded and said, Seniorly called just now. Qin Fengqing rubbed his bald head. He kept rubbing and rubbing until his scalp was red. Only then did he ask, Where's Yao Chengjun? He had just seen Yao Chengjun before. He was still early stage rank 5. His internal organs had not been honed completely. Don't tell me that he has broken through too. Fong Ping shook his head. Don't compare yourself to him. I've seen his mentality before. I'm afraid it's also close to 800 hertz. It's not any worse than Instructor Li's. Has your mentality reached the stage where you can expel it? Qin Fengqing was a little unconfident. He said, My celestial bridge has mutated. Fong Ping sighed. The celestial bridge mutated. It's only an increase in vitality and slightly faster energy recovery. As for the increase in combat strength, is it as powerful as 800 hertz mentality? Old Qin, don't feel inferior. Cultivate well. These days, consolidate your realm. You've broken through quite quickly. Although you're a little slower than them, it's still not bad. However, your talent is not as good as others, so you have to work harder. Cultivate your combat techniques well. In the past, your combat techniques were not weak. You could kill the same rank in seconds with one slash. What about now? The current your breakthrough speed is faster. Can you kill a rank 5 in seconds with one slash now? Right, I suggest that you don't look for a full-time job. If you really look for one, I'm afraid you won't have time to cultivate. What you need now is time. Hard work can make up for it. Qin Fengqing kept quiet, feeling a little upset. So, I've become the last one again. Recently, I've broken through realms consecutively. In 8 months, I've broken through from peak rank 3 to rank 5, okay? Just like that, I've been left far behind again. Qin Fengqing felt bitter in his heart. He did not say it out loud. He humphed. So what if I'm peak rank 5? So what if my mentality is powerful? I don't know who's faster in sealing the Sanjiao Gate. Fong Ping patted his shoulder, encouraging him. Others might not believe it, but I still believe in you. No matter how bad your talent is, Qin Fengqing, you won't be weaker than them. Powerhouses constantly strive to improve themselves. One day, you'll also shine with the light that belongs to you. Qin Fengqing was slightly touched. They were indeed brothers who had gone through life and death together. 2 brothers in a lifetime. There was no need for formalities. Therefore, while feeling touched, Qin Fengqing said, Fong Ping, good brother, I'm a little short on cash now. Lend me 10 billion first. Ha ha. Fong Ping cursed in his heart. Give you a little sunshine, and you'll shine. Ignoring him, Fong Ping turned to the others and said, Don't look at others. Work hard on your own cultivation too. The school is not lacking in resources for now. As for the catacombs, wait until Magic City's catacombs quiets down. As he said that, Fong Ping looked at the rank, 3 martial artists, and said, Old Fu, Zhao Lei, the few of you strive to achieve rank for as soon as possible. When you've achieved rank 4, you can come to me to borrow 100 honing fruit. You can save at least 1 or 2 months of cultivation time. Fu Changding was instantly overjoyed. You said it yourself. I don't need to borrow it. I'll buy 1. No need. Fong Ping shook his head and smiled. I'll only borrow it, not sell it. Everyone was at a loss. How could he do that? Fong Ping chuckled and said softly, I'm thinking for everyone's sake. It's not easy for everyone to have some savings on hand. Save it. I'm not in a hurry. We're all friends. Now that you have a shortfall, I'll make up for it first. How can I empty your pockets? After saying that, Fang Ping added, Look at Qin Fengqing. He lent me 2 billion. I didn't say anything. Everyone, you don't have to be so polite. The few of them were at a loss. It was a good thing, but something was not right. Fang Ping was too good for his own good. Fang Ping did not care about them. After saying that, he said to Old Man Li, As for the school, I'm going to get some low-ranked energy stones to try and see if I can grow the 100 honing fruit. I've already uprooted the vines. Old Man Li shook his head. There's not much hope. We've actually considered planting these before. It's not just us. Everyone else is experimenting. This includes all kinds of energy fruits and medicinal herbs. The medicinal herbs are slightly better. After so many years, I heard that the pill company can already plant them. It's just that the price is not cheap. Energy fruits, especially those with great effects, are extremely difficult to plant. The past is the past. It's hard to say now. Fang Ping smiled. Earth's energy was too weak in the past. There weren't many energy stones, either. We couldn't bear to use them. The government might have these in storage. It's not surprising that they can grow them. Let's give it a try. Suit yourself. Don't be too wasteful. Now, Wu Quishan and the others were not in the school. Lu Fengru, who had just entered the Grandmaster realm, did not care about these things. Old Man Li and Fang Ping were currently the main leaders of the school. Recently, Luo Yichuan and the other deans were eager to enter the Mentality Vitality Unity realm. They did not have time to manage the school. They could not wait to throw the responsibility to Fang Ping and the others. If Fang Ping used some energy stones, they might not even bother to ask. If Old Man Li had no objections, then they had no objections at all. In reality, the current Fang Ping could almost decide anything in MCMAU with a single word. Old Lu was his teacher, Old Man Li, and he had a life-and-death friendship. The other grandmasters were not around. The Department of Education usually did not get involved in the school's internal affairs. Under these circumstances, Fang Ping's authority in MCMU was almost at its peak. After talking to Old Man Li for a while and giving instructions to Qin Yunxi and the others, Fang Ping's matters in the school were temporarily settled. As for Qin Fengqing, although this fellow did not have resources to cultivate, he had just broken through. This was not urgent. He quietly went to find a place to cultivate combat techniques. While Fang Ping was handling the school's affairs, capital city, Li Hansong hung up the phone and murmured, Heavenly Court, General conquering the North, resurrected from the dead. Fang Ping, he's the Celestial Emperor? Impossible, impossible. Li Hansong shook his head and hit his head hard. How could it be? Wang Jinyang must be talking nonsense. He did not believe it himself. Why should he believe it? What the hell, Heavenly Court? Was that not a myth or a legend? Li Hansong hit his head hard. However, when it came to powerhouses coming back to life, Li Hansong somehow believed it. Or, rather, he really believed it. If not, how could he achieve peak rank 5 in one day out of nowhere? Powerhouses coming back to life might be true, but I don't believe in Heavenly Court. No, I don't believe that Fang Ping is the Celestial Emperor. Li Hansong shook his head. How did Fang Ping look like the Celestial Emperor? Can we really recover our memories? I'm actually not me. Li Hansong's expression changed again and again. On this day, many CCMAU students saw that their president was a little distracted, hitting his head from time to time. Han Su and the others also asked a few times, but Li Hansong only shook his head. It was inevitable that they were a little worried. What was wrong with the president? Could it be that he hit his head while drilling the hole? They could not help but think in this direction. During the capital city catacombs battle, Li Hansong happened to be there and also participated in this large-scale battle. There were too many powerhouses participating in the battle this time. Li Hansong wandered in the wild for a while and even encountered high-rank battles, drilling holes many times. When he came back, he even shared his experience with everyone. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.